Yeah, good morning. Good morning. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? I hope you're not feeling cold. I can sorry about that. What did you say? That feeling cold, don't worry. We already switched on. Yes. So now we are going to be starting and we shall start putting God first. Fine, we are here for prayer, but I'll be inviting Mr. Jonathan to please quickly handle the prayer for just short prayer. Thank you. Please, a round of applause for
All right, standing on the protocol already established, I want to join it in. Welcome to this program. The program we are having is for your benefit, and I hope you will enjoy it and you testify the opportunity this program we are afforded. Without wasting much of our time, I understand that we are students of different religions, so I'll be calling on any volunteer from the Christian faith to come and have a Christian prayer for us. Volunteer, volunteer. All right.
Okay, please.
Back to us.
Please encourage that to get.
Let's stand up for prayer. Jesus' name, in the mighty name of Jesus. Father, we thank you for what you've done for us. Thank you for the guidance and protection. Thank you for making us to gather this morning. May you protect us in the mighty name of Jesus. Father, I pray that we're about to start today's activity. May you guide us and protect us in the mighty name of Jesus. Father, Lord, anyone that's going to lead you, Father, may you strengthen the person in the mighty name of Jesus. I pray that in any way of conscious of glory, may you have mercy on us in the mighty name of Jesus. Father, give us the more wisdom and understanding to understand what we're about to teach us in the mighty name of Jesus. Yes, Lord.
Amen.
Let's appreciate that. This keeps standing. We have to also recognize the most faithful here. Me personally, I believe in gender equity and equality. So I'll be beckoning on a boy to come from the Muslim faith to also offer a prayer. So we can start this. Any volunteer, a Christian, a Muslim brother, please. No Muslim brother here. All right, without wasting time, any of the Muslim sisters, anybody, brother, sister, anyone? Please. So, all right, put your hands together for us. Someone is taking care.
We all recite Surah Al-Fatiha. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Thank you.
Appreciate that. All right, sit down. You can take your seat now. Just keep relax and enjoy the style of program we'll be teaching out to you. So I call out.
Mr. Jonathan, thank you. Please, a round of applause for him. Please, anybody that I call out, I can call you out, encourage your friend, encourage your schoolmates. Yes, so we'll be starting fully now. We've already put God first. So, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Adiola Modile. I'm the technology and client engagement specialist for Belda Solutions Limited, the amazing company that has organized this wonderful program for us. Jam your hands for our company. Jam your hands for our company. Thank you very much. So now I'm going to be handing over to my boss, the founder, the director of Belda Solutions Limited, the mastermind behind the amazing program we are having today. person of Mr. Kayode Ajayi. He's going to be joining us from UK. He's going to be joining us live, and don't worry, you'll be able to hear him. Don't say maybe joining from UK and not be able to hear. So over to you, Mr. Kayode Ajayi. He's a round of applause for him.
All right, thank you very much. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. So how are you doing today? Sorry for the little hiccups that happened earlier on. But I think, some of these events they happen like that, but at the end of the day, we are ready to start and we are ready to go for it. So this event it promises to give you a lot of information around careers and skills in technology. And so just let's lay a few ground rules. Now, the first thing is that you should pay attention. Can someone say after me, pay attention?
Attention.
Yeah, so that's the first rule that we need to put in place. Every one of us needs to pay attention. A lot of information is going to be shared. We have a lot of people that are going to be coming here today to share their experiences with us. So the fact that you have come here, you should make it count. And how will you make it count? By paying attention to everything that is being said. So that's the number one thing. The next thing is, okay, so by 12 o'clock, we're going to have a break. Now, we should not loiter around. We should not, walk around. We should sit down and pay attention to what's going to happen in this event. Now, the other thing is, let's chit chat. Let's stay away from chit chat. And let's just focus on the program today. As I said, there's a lot that we have in store for you. We are going to start with a welcome and a keynote from somebody, from a professional in the field of technology. And after that, we're going to have different sessions around creative thinking and inspiration. After that, we are going to do some training on some useful skills. Some skills that, when you get into university, you are going to need them. So we're going to have a look at that. Then we'll have some form of career talk also, then question and answer. So if you have your questions, just write them down. And once it comes to that section, feel free to ask your questions. So to start with this keynote, I'm going to have a colleague of mine. Her name is Heather Periam, and she's going to take us through the topic why tech and why now. Why tech and why now? So just a little introduction about Heather Periam. So Heather is a business applications practice lead at Trustmark in the UK. So she's my boss here in the UK. And she's self-taught. So she taught herself technology. She didn't go to university to study technology. She didn't study computer science, but she taught herself. And now she has over 10 years experience in this field. And she leads a team delivering solutions to various clients around the world. And she's passionate about mentoring underrepresented talent in tech. So people like, people with disabilities, like women. So she's passionate about supporting these people in technology. So we are going to hear from Heather Periam now. So let's put our hands together as we welcome Heather.
Hi there, and thank you for being here today. My name is Heather Periam, and I am the practice lead for our business applications team here at Trustmark. And I'm really excited to have the opportunity to share with you my thoughts on why tech and why now. So let me tell you a little bit about me. And I would call this section for because I really did start off as a curious beginner. When I was younger, I actually had no idea what I wanted to do. Some of you might relate with that. I definitely didn't grow up thinking I'm going to go work in tech. In fact, I didn't study computer science. I actually have no formal technical education. I was completely self-taught. And the way that started is long ago, I was using a tool called Microsoft Front Page. It allows you to design websites by dragging and dropping stuff around. And I was like, that's really neat. And then I found a button, and that button let me see the code behind it. And I got fascinated. I've always enjoyed math, not all math, but math that I could figure out. And coding started to remind me of that. I went in there and I was like, oh, if I change this number, if I do this thing, I have a reaction to it. And that's how I started my journey. I then started building websites it was like my little side hustle so I could make some additional money. And soon I found myself interviewing for a technical position with the third largest telecom provider in the United States. It was not an easy interview. I got asked all these questions like, okay, why do you think you should be here? You don't have any technical experience. And I remember at one point looking at this man and I just said, listen, I know I don't have the formalized experience, but I promise you I know what I'm doing. And I promise you if you give me this opportunity, I will be one of the best employees you've ever had. And it worked, and I got the job. And that began this journey into really growing myself and owning my career. It wasn't always easy. For a long time, I was the only woman in the room. So I'm sitting with people who don't look like me. They come from different backgrounds. Some of them were so well educated and they had so many certifications, and I didn't have any of that. But I really believed in myself, and I believed in myself even when other people might not have, even when they were falling back on their own stereotypes based on where I came from and, the fact that of my gender, which was an issue, whatever they might have believed about me. I was like, it doesn't matter because what you believe about me isn't truth. And I can do what I set my mind to. So what got me through was my curiosity. So I always wanted to think about how does this work? Why does this work? Can I make it better? Can I make it different? Can I learn how to do this? If somebody was doing something I thought was interesting, I would always ask myself, can I learn how to do this? Resilience. So when I met those challenges and that difficulty, I never gave up. I just kept going, right? And then learning. Never, ever, 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 ever did I stop learning, even to this day. I will literally spend my free time either watching a YouTube video, taking a Microsoft Learn course, which is all free, right? Or just following social media and the people that I really respect in my community that are sharing their technical knowledge. It's cliche. Sometimes people will say a hunger to learn, but I really do have that. I'm always trying to learn. And now, here I am, right? So in 2022, I moved from the United States to the United Kingdom. And at that time, I switched careers. So I spent 15 years in telecommunications. And then I moved to this little rural town in the UK. And telecommunications wasn't going to be in my future. Knowing that I was going to move to this new country, I spent a lot of time teaching myself the Microsoft Power Platform, which is a low-code technology. And I taught myself how to build applications, and I taught myself how to build automations. And I practiced being confident about my automations and my applications. And I built some for the company that I was working with in the US, so I knew I could do it. And so I came here to this country and I switched careers. I'm in a new country. I don't know anybody, and I'm going to start in a new field of work. And it's been great. And later that year, I was nominated for the CRN Innovator of the Year award. I was shocked. It was like, what? Somebody just doing that to be nice, right? You get this imposter syndrome that tells you you don't deserve it, but you do. And the way I knew that is because then I was shortlisted. And I'm like, wait, I'm down to one of the final 5 candidates. And I'm like, they don't know me. I don't know them. I'm new to this country. They're like, who's this Heather lady? And then the award nights came. And then I was highly commended as Innovator of the Year. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe all this is happening to me. And it's all because of my drive and my commitment to learning something and to applying that knowledge. So now, because of that, I lead the organization that I started with. I have an amazing group of people that work with me, and they build amazing technology that makes a difference, right? They have built applications that help our national health system run more efficiently. They've helped local councils. They've done so much good work for what they're doing. And the other bit is that I get to speak with future innovators like you. And honestly, that's the best part of my job, because all I want to do is help people know that you can do this and you can do whatever you set your mind to. So if you've ever doubted yourself or wondered, am I going to belong in tech? Trust me, you do, and your journey can start today. I share all that with you because tech is a superpower. It's creative. And if you think about the kind of creative tech that's out there, it's back in the day, it used to just be for people who really love maths or really love science. But now, if you like games, if you like music, storytelling, design, there's a place for you. You can create your own video game, build an app, design art with AI, or even make your own music using code. Secondly, it's global. Tech removes borders. You can work with teams around the world, even from your own room. I'm in my hotel room right now, talking to you on a different continent, right? In fact, I work with people across different countries every day, and you can too. And finally, it's empowering. You don't need a fancy laptop or a big budget. Many people start with just a mobile phone and a strong sense of curiosity. That's enough to explore, learn, and even build something real. And the best part is, nobody owns tech. It belongs to all of us. And if you're willing to explore it, it can change your future. When people think about technology, they often think of gadgets or social media. But tech is so much more than that. It's a tool to solve real-world problems in real communities. So let's take healthcare, for example. There are apps now that help people monitor their symptoms, get reminders for their medication, and even connect to doctors remotely. In some parts of the world, these apps have literally saved lives, especially where access to healthcare is limited. I was listening to a TED Talk a couple of months ago, and they were talking about this technology to send information over to people working in very, very remote areas. And I think this specific example was in South America, where they don't have a lot of access to healthcare or technologies. And they could send this code over. The surgeon could actually take it, print out surgical tools on his 3D printer, and perform the medical procedure necessary to save somebody's lives. And it's amazing, right? It's amazing that we have that ability. Then we have chatbots. I love building chatbots. I'll build a chatbot for anybody because I think they're really super helpful. They're super simple, smart tools that can answer questions 24/7. So if you're sitting there in the middle of the night because you've got a paper to finish, I know none of you do that, but I've done that. And you need some help with it, right? Or you can get a chatbot to help you out. Maybe people need some advice on government services or safety tips during emergencies. I used to live in in an area that got a lot of tornadoes, you know, and you could chat with a chatbot like, hey, you know, where's the safest place for me to go right now? It's all powered by tech. And many of these things are built by very young developers. And then tech is making a big impact in farming, education, and business too, right? Farmers can check weather and crop prices from their phones. Students can access their lessons from anywhere. And entrepreneurs can sell products online, even without a physical shop or even physical inventory. Technology isn't just for fun, right? It's a force for good. And some of the most powerful solutions come from people who understand the problems firsthand. That's people like you, right? And that's why we need you. You see things that I'm just not going to see. And it's important to have that insight as we're developing new things. So you might be thinking, why now? Why should this be the moment that you start exploring technology? Well, let me tell you, there has never been a better time. So AI and automation are growing fast. These technologies are already changing the world, from how we work to how we shop, learn, and even how we create music and art. That means new careers, new skills, and new opportunities are being created every single day. But here's the thing, right? The world doesn't just need new technology. It needs new and diverse ideas. People from all backgrounds, cultures, and communities. People who can see problems differently and imagine new ways to solve them. That's people like you. And finally, my favorite part. You don't need money or connections to get started. There are so many free tools online, coding tutorials, app builders, YouTube channels, Microsoft Learn, Khan Academy, all are waiting for someone curious enough to click play. This is your moment. Don't wait for someone to give you permission. The door is wide open. Walk through it. At this point, hopefully you're feeling inspired, right? But you might be wondering to yourself, it's not that easy, Heather. Where do I begin? How do I even get started, right? I don't want you to worry about that, because the good news is you don't have to start big. You can finish your studies, finish school, finish whatever you're trying to do just today, and that's fine. You just have to start. So maybe the first thing you do is you try building a chatbot, and you can use a free platform. If you, I'm a Microsoft guru. It's what I love. It's what I talk about all the time. Microsoft, if you go into Microsoft Learn, there's a lot of documents in there that will show you how you can set up your own environment, set up your own tenant, build a Microsoft Copilot Studio chatbot for free. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It can just be something fun, like a quiz or a helper for your school club, something like that, right? I think the first one that I did was just literally like to answer questions about all the policies and stuff that HR had, because it was just easier for me. Like, I didn't want to get in trouble for anything. It's a new country. You don't know what the rules are. So it was like, hey, look through these documents and tell me if this is okay. I also use it because sometimes I need to find out what something means in UK English, because it's different than what it means in American English, or I want to take something I said and make it sound more British. I don't know. So I use chatbots for that too. There's coding challenges out there. Take part in one of those. These are online events, and they're competitions, and they're meant for beginners, people just starting out. Even if you just do a short tutorial out there, it's a win, right? Don't be afraid to ask questions. Every tech expert you admire started out as somebody who didn't know the answer. Curiosity is your biggest advantage. I tell people this all the time. Please ask me the question, because I may have spent hours and hours and hours of work when I first found out the answer, and now you don't have to. And finally, join a community. That could be a WhatsApp group, a school tech club, or an online forum. Microsoft has a whole bunch of forums. You can just start an account and you can just go in there and read what people are saying, ask your questions in there. As you get ready to enter the workforce, communities like LinkedIn are really good for networking and finding out who's who and where are they, and connecting with people in the field that you want to be in, right? Being around others who are learning too makes it easier and a lot more fun. Remember this. If I could go back and tell younger Heather this is what I would say. You don't need to know everything. You just need to be willing to try, right? Remember, progress over perfection. So before I wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Why tech? Because it can change your life. Not just financially. I mean, that is part of it. You can make a lot of money in tech. don't pretend like that's not a piece of it, because it definitely is. But it also changes how you think, how you solve problems, and how you can connect with people across the world. Why not? Because the world needs you. Not just more coders or developers or whatever, but more perspectives, more women, more young people, more creators from Nigeria, from villages, towns, and cities that haven't yet had their voices heard in tech. We need that. The next great app, the next helpful tool, the next big idea could come from someone in this room today. It could come from you. So don't wait. Don't talk yourself out of trying. Open the laptop, pick up the phone, start learning, build something, share your ideas. You belong in tech, and your time is now. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's truly been an honor to speak with you. If there's one thing I hope you remember from today, it's this. Stay curious. Keep learning. Build something great. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. You just have to take the first step. And one of my favorite quotes, it's something that I've lived by, is don't wait to be chosen. Choose yourself. Don't wait for somebody to say you're ready. Start now. Learn something new. Share your ideas. Make your voice heard. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be brave enough to begin. I believe in you, and I can't wait to see what you'll create.
Next time I'm going to go, you can do better, you can do better. And thank you very much. Thank you very much. So before I give you a tootsie of what she has told us, can anybody just tell me what you've learned? I don't know. Just one person. Just one person. Or I go to somebody. Already move, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Can you
thank
please come
you.
outside, sorry? So first you tell us your name. So you tell us your name, you tell us your school. Because that's very important. You are representing yourself and you are representing your school too.
My name is Divine, and I come from Antichrist School. What I learned from here is that we should keep on exploring. We should not wait for others to tell us that you can do this. Keep on inspiring yourself that you can do it and you will make it.
That's my name. Okay, can you hear me? Sorry. Okay, so I want to ask another person, just one person. If you would want to do anything create with tech, like what would it be? Anybody? If you could learn anything about tech, you can what you can create with tech, or you want to learn something about tech, what will it be? I walk up to somebody.
Yes. Oh, I can see your screen. Wait, can you say that again? Okay, so you want to see the classroom. Okay. So, yeah, yeah. Adiola, can you help with that, please?
in the social culture. Do we get? So that is the essence of design principles, and it still applies to this place, right? So number one, we have contrast. Contrast is just trying to talk about differentiating something. For example, inside that all, right, you could see, I think, a brown color and like call it butter-like color. Why is everything not just one color? So because of the contrast, we're able to like see everything, clearly. We're able to see that okay, the chair is orange color, right? The contrast is there. The table, is another color. That is the essence of contrast. And if we are designing anything, either architecture, either design, either graphic design, either fashion design, we will always use at least one of design principles, at least one. In fact, we might end up using more than one, or at least we always make use of one of design principles. So contrast. So let me show you what contrast is. This is contrast. If you should check the black, is contrasting with the white, right? And at the same time, the white is contrasting with the black. Now imagine where the black background is, instead of putting black, is another black that is there. Will you be able to like see the difference? No. So, but you're able to see the difference because the color is contrasting. Then this is another example about contrast, right? It's not just one color. We have white, we have deep pink, we have black, we have purple. Those colors, they are contrasting each other because of the design principles that we are working with. So let's assume we are using related color, or we are using color that are not contrasting, right? We won't be able to see, what is on it, and it won't communicate our idea. Let me be fast. So the second one is balance, right? For example, like balancing your Instagram feed. I'm so sure most of us must have interacted with Instagram, right? Instagram feed, too many dark photos in a row. I mean, how would it look like? It won't really like communicate effectively. So these are balance. There are different kinds of balance. We have the balance, we have unbalanced, right? We have asymmetric balance, we have symmetry balance. The major thing is that we just, once you know the principles, you don't have to like be going back to it anytime you want to use it. It's already in you, it's already part of you. You just, make it into use. Then this is an example of balance in design, right? Look at where the logo is actually being placed at the top right, right? Then look at the H1 text and the image that we are trying to like use to communicate the idea. Next one is hierarchy. So for hierarchy, title bigger than subtitle. You notice the main message first. So it means that once when you enter into this all, right? What is the very first thing that you notice is the space inside the hall, isn't it? Then after the space, you probably be noticing the colors, right? The ceiling fan, the chairs, the desk. That is what hierarchy is. You place stuff accordingly. You do not place the one that is supposed to be big, make it small, or the one that is supposed to be small, make it big. I mean, that is not a proper design style. So this is hierarchy. Now, this is another example of hierarchy, right? Once you actually see what is on the screen, what comes to your mind first? What you will see first is the image at the top right. Then you see transform your brand and marketing strategy. Then you will now see the date tiny, and you also see the logo tiny, right? So that means what the designer is trying to communicate is that, see this one first before you see these other ones. I hope you get. Then the next one is alignment. Alignment is ever seen a messy slide or off-center text, feels or finish, right? Everything has to be aligned. For example, the way we're actually sitting, you're sitting in a particular alignment, right? Aligned to the left and aligned to the right. Then there is a walkway at the middle. That is alignment, right? This is what we mean. For example, this kind of design, the logo is at the center. This kind of design is actually centered alignment, right? So repetition. Think of your favorite brand. Same logo, same bag, same font everywhere. Just repetition. For example, I did intentionally use the brand, that organizes. You will see technology that moves you forward. But by the left, there is certain patterns, right? That those are repetition. They help to make our work much more easier. And if you can check, look to your, those are the right hand, look to your right. Those are the left that are sitting on the left hand side. Look to the left. you will see a pattern on the wall. You see a pattern on the wall of where you're sitting, right? Those are repetition, they are just designs, right? So yeah, white space. White space means that it's just like negative space. You don't need to fill every space. Give your content room to breathe, right? Why inside the all that we all are sitting, why is it not that okay, there is chalk or everything or like design on everywhere? No, you still need to like give your design to like breathe, right? Same with our uniform. It's not that they are now putting so many things. Those ones that are, I mean, those of us that are putting on white, right? You see that your logo is just placed in a particular batch or in a particular spot, just to give us, white space or what we call negative spacing. So let's just stop here on design principles because of our time, right? So this is white space. Yeah, sorry. This is another design, right? Trying to talk about the white space. And congratulations, you made it to Friday. Look at where it's actually being placed. I'm so sure most of us are familiar with this animal, right? Also sitting down, and there's a lot of room for the designer to breathe. So yeah, that's exactly about design principles. Um, Let me try to be snappy. So design thinking is the way we solve problem creatively, not just draw, but think like a designer, right? So one of the design thinking is empathize, because some people call it empathy, as the case, it be. Empathy is just like try to like put yourself in the position of others, right? You're thinking you want to create WhatsApp for user. You want to create WhatsApp for your school, right? You think about the convenient, how it will be convenient for them to navigate it. Okay, once they open the app, one of the first thing that they will see is the chat, the updates, the community, the calls, right? You have to like arrange everything accordingly and in order. And also look at it from the angle that okay, the people that are using this stuff, they are humans, right? If they are using how will it be convenient for them, right? So that is what empathy is about. So it's set of philosophy, right, that makes us certain tools to solve problems for humanity. The second one, we have define the problem. Once in your design thinking, right, you have to like this define your problem. You don't just start solving problem. I'm sorry, you don't just start creating without defining what the problem is. You want to build house, right? What do you need first? A land, right? Then after you're done with the land, you need to do some, maybe C of O, anything, maybe clearing of the space, define the problems that are there, right? That, for example, and for you to define problem, sometimes to define a problem, there are other surrounding problems. For example, you see a particular dot on the screen and you see other dots around it. It means that, okay, we are in Ikorodu now, right? And you want to be schooling on the island, let's say VI, right? For you to move from Ikorodu to VI is a problem. Is one problem on its own. But the other surrounding problem around that problem, which are stuff like, okay, how will you get to VI? Will you go via transportation or maybe
So Samuel, I've lost you here. So over in the hall, are you still able to hear Samuel?
okay, yeah,
Okay.
so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sorry for the interruption. So yeah, so we are the surrounding problem. I don't know where. Okay, but let me just say this, right? We talk about defining the problem, and if you're defining the problem, you define surrounding problems, right? So let's just move forward. Then the third one is ideate. Once you um the very first, you are empathize, right? Are you able to like define the problem? The next one is you and that works better for the problem that you're trying to solve. Then, for example, look at all of these. These are bulbs. Yeah, the regular bulbs that we use in our houses, right? But out of everything, it's only one that is actually working here. So that is just to tell us that okay, you can always have different kinds of ideas. Then the next one is prototype. You draw it, you write it, you sketch it. Now, once ideas is just like vision, they are like dreams. If you do not put it down, there's no way you can remember what you want to work on, right? So once you actually by okay, I want to create an app. Okay, this is where the profile picture is. For example, when you get to WhatsApp, you do not just go to WhatsApp and you mean that everything is scattered. No, they are not scattered. Everything is orderly organized, right? You by the left hand side, you see the alignment of the photos. You see the search engine, you see the WhatsApp as well. So that is where you start your prototype, right? Then test. Once you're done with the prototype, you take it to your friends, you take it to your colleagues, you ask them questions. Okay, oh, this is what I'm building on. What do you think about it? What do you think is missing?
Or Samuel, maybe you turn off your camera.
And what do you think I can have improve it? So then you go back, you can on like it. Okay. All right. So you can actually you test it. Oh, let me just handle. So yeah, challenge. I think I don't just like you face every day, but maybe some other time we talk about that. So finally, design is not just about being aesthetic. It's about thinking differently, right? It's about thinking differently, solving real-time problems, making things work better, even your life. So it means that when you design anything, you're not only solving societal problems, you're making things work better for you as well. And you don't need a fancy laptop or expensive to be a designer. I mean, all you need is just curiosity, empathy, and courage to create. And yeah, so let's get our hand dirty and just be curious about anything you see. Ask questions. So that will be all. Question and answer. If you have any question for me, yeah, thank you.
We have questions. What's your name? You told me you have questions, so I can register. Okay, okay, what she's saying is that's the types of design. So, what's your name? Kushulu. Okay, so your question is ask for the types of things. Okay, so she wants to know if there are types of design.
All right. Thank you, Tolu. Am I correct?
Her name is Taiwo.
Okay, Taiwo. All right. So, I mean, the question is a little bit wide. If you're saying types of design, are you referring to types of graphic designs? Is that correct?
Are you referring to types of graphics? Okay, she said yes.
All right. So, Taiwo, there are different fields in graphic design, right? We have normal the still image designer, we have the motion designer, a still image designer is also called static designer. For example, those people that design flyers, posters, the design on your book that you're using to write, they are categorized as still image designers or static designers. We have the motion designers. Motion designers are those people that make stuff work. They are those people that make things move. For example, so yeah, for example, animators, cartoon, all of that, they are still designer, but they are under motion designers, right? So yeah, then we have the illustrators. Illustrators are people that they draw cartoon. Now, illustrators can be static, can be motion, depending on whatever thing that they're actually trying to like achieve, right? As well, we have brand identity designers. There are people that work on logos. There are people that work on logos, that works on emblem, and the like. So that is that on graphic designer. But generally, there are different types of design, from graphic design, fashion design, architectural design, anything, interior design. They are just endless. Yeah, that's it. Any other one? And I hope I answered your question.
Has he answered your question? I will ask you the question. Okay, someone wants to ask a back. Another question, Mr. Samuel.
What are the first ones that can be used in dance?
Mr. Samuel, can you hear me, Mr. Samuel? Mr. Samuel, can you see her?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Question, what's your name?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, the question Grace is asking, she wants to know what are the platforms you can use there. They will be the ones to answer that question, because I asked them when we started, but I don't know if you would like to give them it, but we still have the question. Would you like to answer her? Because they were meant to answer that question when we started. Don't worry. You can give it to them for free. Mr. Samuel, can you see that? Okay, Mr. Samuel is now I have
Okay.
some questions. Okay, all right. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Ahead was, I want to know the platform to use to design, right?
Yes.
All right. So in graphic design, there are so many design softwares. We call them softwares, right? Or in much more holistic form, we call them computer-aided design. That is CAD, CAD, computer-aided design software. So they range from drag and drop down to um, custom ones, right? And drag and drop is much more common in website design, right? So for graphic designers, some of the software, you can use Canva. I mean, and in fact, design is not, you don't have to like have a PC for you to be a designer, or for you to start doing one or two, like, right? You can use your phone. For example, some of the application that can be used on phone, Canva, right? We have PixArt, um, there's Canva, there's PixArt. I mean, there are most of them like that, right? Then I don't really use phone, so but on system we have Adobe packages, we have Photoshop, we have Adobe Illustrator, we have InDesign, we have CorelDRAW, we have Affinity Designer, and then most of them. But just to cut it short and make everything very, very clear, right? If you're just interested in creating flyers and the likes, the best suggestion to give is go for Photoshop, use Photoshop or Affinity Designer. But if your interest is in creating logos, emblems,
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Samuel, thank you very much. You have answered Grace's question.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel. I think the network is. Well,
Okay.
did we hear most of the presentation? I think we had most of the presentation.
Yes, so thank you very much, Mr. Samuel. So now that will take me back to that question. I asked that anybody know about Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and then Canva. So we were only able to answer about Microsoft Word. That was like 2 people were able to give me 2 amazing answers. So now let's quickly jump one of that Canva. I've heard of Canva before. I know I already said that I'm going to get a chorus answer for my question. But I want one person that's going to tell me that they're going to buttress your yes. Tell me why your yes is your yes. And if you don't, tell me why your no is your no. I'm going to walk up to somebody. I have some. Okay, thank you very much. So you're going to tell us your name and your school.
I'm Bashir Musore. I go from Nigerian Academy. Nigerian Academy. Canvas. Canvas is a website that allows us to design, and yeah, a lot of tools we can use here to design.
Thank you so much. A round of applause for her, please. Please, I've already said anybody that takes my mind that tells us anything or that bringing anybody up, then please clap. Clap. I want to clap for them to talk to us. Yeah, thank you very much. So now we will not go to that exam. Before we go to that exam, okay, you want to tell us something? Oh yes, I think so.
My name is My name is Aditya Lasudowski, and I am from Surface College. I want to talk about Canva. Canva is an online platform that helps to edit pictures and create designs. Canva helps one to be creative and innovative.
You know, like, see, let's just tell you now, there's something that, like, if I need something before we start with. We are here to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Let me take that again. We are here to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Probably you read of Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Canva. Then you don't really know much. Or probably you know that, okay, it's only meant for one particular thing. You might not know there are more things you can do with. So that is where you will unlearn, to relearn. Are we communicating? Is are we on the same page? I'm not using big grammar. I'm also a school student. Yeah, thank you very much. So now we'll be going to the next session, and we'll be inviting myself. My name is Adiola Modele. For people that started with us, that was around 10. My name is Adiola Modele. I am technology and client engagement specialist for Vega Solutions Limited. And I'll be taking us for Microsoft Word. We're going to be talking about Office software. So, okay. Okay, yeah, thank you very much. So, like I said, my name is Adiola Omodele. I am the Technology and Client Specialist for Ghana Solutions Limited, and I'll be taking us on Microsoft Word, letting us know many other things you can do with Microsoft Word. But there are lots you can do with Microsoft Word, but we're going to be talking about the key points that you can do, keynotes of what you can do on Microsoft Word as a student and also as a teacher. Probably as a teacher, master, you may not know that there are things you can do with Microsoft Word, that you've been using other platforms whereby you are paying, but they are here, very easier to let you know that there are a lot you can do with Microsoft Word. So now, now I will let us know that when we were about to start, somebody mentioned, I think two people mentioned Microsoft Word is used for documentation. And we are going to be talking widely on that documentation part. Things you can do because you might want to document something and you want to use picture, you want to type, or you want your text to have blue color, you want to have white color, orange color, you want to have a different kind of font style. So that's why now we'll be going to the demo. We'll see other things you can do with the Microsoft Word. Okay. So now I have a particular table on the screen. Can we all see the screen, please? Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. So now, you say you can't see the screen. Why? Okay, what is it? Okay, let me do it there. Oh. Okay. How about now? How about now? Okay, now, so let's quickly run through some stuff you can do with Microsoft Excel. Let's say, for example, you are a science student. I think there are SS students class. I mean, SS students here, right? You are in SS1, SS2, SS3. You are definitely doing biology by the science class. Yes or yes? Yes, eh? Yes or yes? And don't tell me you're not doing biology. So now, I've started to come up with an example whereby your teacher has asked you to create similarities between plant cells and animal cells. Fine, if you are starting from SS1, there is no how plant cell will not be in your first week curriculum. Okay, even if it's not there, but it was there when I was in SS1. So I decided to come up that when I'm asked to create similarities between my plant cells, instead of me listing it, whereby maybe I'm writing plant cells, I'm writing what the plant cells like this. Then I come down, write what I have in animal cells, then I list. But for me to make it more presentable, we're talking about documentation, we're talking about what you can use Microsoft Word. Now, I can easily create a table whereby I will put the two similarities, like what is present plant cell and animal cell, where I have example cell wall, I have chloroplast, I have cocoa, I have shape, I have energy storage. Whether I know they are both present in plant cell and animal cell, then I want to make it more presentable. The best thing to do is to create a table. Probably you don't know you can create a table. I'm seeing somebody that is laughing. I'll come to you and ask questions. Plus, if you, I'll come to you and ask questions. They are looking back, they are sitting there beside the speaker. They are looking at me and looking at me. So now, let's concentrate. So now, let's say we now want to make it very presentable. The best thing to do is create a table. And I'm going to show us how to do that now. Okay, so let's say we want to create a table. Let me go down a little bit. I want to create a table. You know, up here we have seen 3 columns and we have 6 rows. I know you know the meaning. You might not know the difference between rows and columns, but you know you will have hint of it here. This is columns. This is rows. Going like rows. You get it? Okay, in this class we have 2 columns. Then we have, when we're counting yesterday, I think we have 70 rows. So I'm putting I'm trying to help you to put it in practical thing that, okay, where we are seated, we have 2 columns, then we have 18 rows. Now, let's now say we want to create that same table. What you will do in your Microsoft Word is, in your hand scroll down for us to have a blank space. You come to insert. Are we on the same page? If I see you smiling, you answer my question by force. Now, I want to create that 6 rows and 3 columns. What I'll do is, you can see table. Can you see table? Can you see table? I'll click on table. And I only need 6 rows. I've already given us example for column, then row. Then I want to create that same thing. What I'll do is I'll bring my cursor, drag it. I need 3 columns. Do you remember I said 3 columns? Then I need 6 rows. Even if, let's say you don't know where you put your after before. See, this is put up. Okay? And you now say you want to pick just 6 rows. And let me assume that you really can't picture what the boxes looks like. Like boxes you actually highlighting. It's actually written up here for you. This place. You can see the moment I shifted my cursor, you can see the search table. I need response, please. You know, other classes will be doing other sessions that have been online. Now you are seeing me physically. So I can come to you physically. Please. Thank you. Now I can come here, then just over on the 3 boxes, then going to making it 6 rows. Then once I click, I have it. Okay, I think I mistakenly selected for 5. So once you do it that way, you will have your tables like this. And you can choose to adjust it. I remember, okay, let's say when you were coming in, you wanted to register. There was a space for number, whereby you didn't need to put in number 1, number 2. Can you remember? I need response for it. I will come to you by myself. Yeah. Thank you. So now, instead of us to, you can see that after selecting that particular cell, they have given measurements. So let me now adjust it and give me the look of how that sheet was, the one you were using for your registration. You come to this place, come to the line. You can see the cursor has started changed its shape. When I'm not on it, I can see a different shape. When I'm not, I think, okay. Now you can see the cursor moving on to it where you can adjust. Then I want to adjust and make it look like how that our registration sheet looks like. I'll just put it, then I will drag it. Are we together? Remember, we are trying to achieve that plant cells similarity table. But I needed to quickly show you, in case you want to adjust measurements, you want to adjust the size. Do you get it? If you are not getting it, please let me know. Do you get it? Okay. So now, if you want to adjust it, you also do the same thing. Let's say you actually done that the same thing. You come again, adjust it left and right, anywhere you want to put it. Same way, if you want to drag it down and you want space, anyhow you want it, that's how you can do it. And you can easily create your table for any kind of table you want to create with Microsoft Word. Let's go to how to add images. Let's say we want to add images, whereby let's say you have to create a particular a particular letter and you have to append your signature, whereby you don't want to append your signature with blue biro. There is no how you use blue biro on your paper and it will show. Am I right or wrong? Thank you. So to do that, you can easily put your signature on a plain sheet, just like the paper you used for registration. Take your picture, then put it on your laptop. So once it's on your laptop or any device you're making use of, you come to this same insert. Then you see pictures. Do you get it? Now let me click on it and say, I want to select a picture from my device. So it automatically goes to the pictures I have on my laptop. Same thing to when you want to select this stock. This stock images means the images that are already present on the Microsoft Word account that you're using. I think that one is even general, not just for the account. So let's say, and you also want to maybe use online pictures, you go for that. But for this class, we are going to be working with device. Let's say I want to bring my picture up to my Microsoft Word, then I'll select on this device. So it will automatically open your File Explorer. Are we on the same page? Yeah. I'm happy to come back in case you're not getting anything because we are doing this one. If you are seeing me, I'm seeing you. Internet is not going to make me freeze. So I can easily select picture. Let me just pick any picture. I think I have here. Let's say you like Amala and you want to show the picture of what you want to be. Just select it that the Amala will show to whoever you want to show it to. Do you get my point? They are laughing. People that like Amala are laughing. No one laughing. I'll come and ask the question. So, and I say, okay, maybe, and I want to adjust the size of my Amala picture. I'll go home. I can easily drag it. Anyone wants it to be. So that's that for what you can do also with Microsoft Word. Now let's move on to changing the colors. You can see now that I have a message here wishing you a day filled with love, laughter, and so on and so on. It's like a message to your friend. Happy birthday, my friend. And you want it to look so beautiful. Probably your friend likes yellow. Or let's say your friend likes a pink color, like me now, I'm a pink lover. And you want to give me something and you want that particular writer to be my favorite color. This is how you are going to do it. We don't need to do any typing. So let's say I want to change the color of, because currently this is yellow color. But let's take it back to black to make it easy for us. You can see here that this place is called font. Take it on the home toolbar. Then you come to this place. Okay, another amazing thing to is whenever you are working with Microsoft Word, there is always tooltip. What's that tooltip? That tooltip will show you what that particular thing is meant to do. Let me come again. What is tooltip? To break it down, tooltip will give you hints of what that thing is going to do. We give you hint of what that particular maybe control or whatever you are putting your cursor on, which is telling you what it will do. And it happens on all devices, not just Microsoft Word. Tooltip is everywhere, it's on all devices. So putting my cursor on it is already telling me that this is font color. So let's say you want to come and change it to my favorite color, the color that I like most. Let's say, okay. This one is actually for effect, so this one is for this. Okay. So now I decided let's write something. Then let's leave that one. Let's say we have something here like this. Okay, this is in black. Then we want to change it to color pink or any color we want. So I think it has changed. Has it changed? Okay, let me highlight again. You can see the color is changing. So whenever you want to adjust anything on any fonts or whatever you have typed, there is something called highlight. That highlight means you should highlight that particular text what you want to maybe edit. And there is this shortcut for highlighting. We'll see that in the slide. You will use Ctrl+A. Actually, we have a bigger keyboard that would have shown you, but let's not go there. Let me click on Ctrl+A. Clicking on pressing Ctrl+A, it has highlighted everything for me. Or let's not say I don't want to highlight everything, but you want to highlight just that thing. This is how you are going to do it. Then you start picking any color you want to create. So now there's another thing you can do with Microsoft Word. You can use it to collaborate. Let's say you want to ask, or let's say Taiwo, then what's your name? Let's say Excel and Taiwo are both working on the same file, and they don't want to send it through WhatsApp. You can collaborate with Microsoft Word. This is how you are going to do it. You can see here that I have an example. My name is Adiola Modeli, like I told you earlier when I was starting. Then this is my own Microsoft account, and I've already typed. I want to ask my friend Taiwo, is the spelling correct? Now, if you don't know what I'm actually asking question about, am I right or wrong? Do you know what is particular, is the spelling correct? Do you know what I'm asking for? Good. Now, this is how you are going to do it. If let's say I've actually shared the file with Excel now, and Excel wants to know what spelling do I want to confirm she should help me to have a look, then I'll click on it. Clicking on it now, it has highlighted the particular energy word that I want us to help me to confirm. Probably I've spelled energy as E-E-N-I-T-Y. Or let me say I've spelled it as E-I-N-E-T-Y. So putting this comment, asking that is the spelling correct, is as easy as me asking her a question from my Microsoft Word without putting a call through to her, without saying, hello, Excel, help me to check that file. Is it correct? One, probably there was no next for. There is no how you get yes or no from her. Are we on the same page? Yeah, this is class. So now, but putting is the spelling correct has made it easier for the both of us. If I come there next week, if I don't remove this my comment, it will be there. Are we communicating? Because you are going to see the purpose of why we are actually talking about documentation with Microsoft Word. So thank you very much. Let's go back to our slide and let's continue. Okay, now. Now, let's just quickly go through our slide. I've shown you what Microsoft Word can do. Like I said, we are here to learn, unlearn, and relearn. In case you don't know, you can upload your picture. You know now. You can change images you can change the colors of your text. Now you know. You can create table. Now you know. You can collaborate. You can put a comment on any text. Ask questions. Ask your teacher. Right? Now you know that. So now, I put the definition of Microsoft Word as is a word processing software that allows users to create a rich format and share text documents. It's ideal for writing reports, letters, recipes, and professional documents with various formatting and design tools. Are we together? Do you want to write the definition down? Let me just give you that time. Copy from your friend. We've actually done demo. I've shown you guys. Okay. So that was just demo. The word was demo. Okay, thank you. Now we have okay. You want to write. No problem. This one is a little bit long. Try to be fast. We want to go through the key features that we've actually gone through. I will not go back to that demo. So we've gone through it. I've shown you this you can do it. So as I'm teaching, you'll be able to understand while we are talking about it, and I will make reference. So we're talking about formatting too. That's the text effect. You want your text effect to be color blue. What to be my favorite color? Pink color. You can do that with your text effect. There are also templates. In case you don't know, the meaning of a template is, or you want to pick example of what you want to do. Let's say you want to write a report, but you don't know how to go about it. First, you introduce yourself in your report. You don't just write, I am this, I this. No, you start with introducing yourself. So you just dedicate a template of whatever you want to get with Microsoft Word. There are also reviewing tools. I showed you how I said if I want to ask Excel about if the spelling of the energy that I'm written is correct. I showed you how to add comments, right? So now the comment is going to help you to be able to track. To be able to track changes as well. Once okay, you've done something, that one is actually called. So I will also show you how to create tables. That was when I used similarities in plant cells for the biology students like me. Are we together? Yeah. I will ask questions. I love to ask questions. I will ask. I'm actually looking for who to ask questions. Okay? So now, moving on to the real world uses of Microsoft. We've actually mentioned it in our definition. You can use it to write reports. Okay, so now you can easily use it to write reports. Like I told you, mentioned that you can get templates, and you can also use it to write tests. When you get to that level of using CV, whereby you are looking for a job, you're already a graduate, then you're looking for a job. Once you need it or how to write your resume, go and ask brother Microsoft Word. It will help. Are we communicating? Yeah. For people who are writing, write faster because I will soon be. See, I'm already in sector. You can also use it to create manual guides. For the science students like me, that you are doing chemistry, when you want to do your quantitative and qualitative analysis, there are guides giving you yes for yes. The yes is not yes well. Yeah. Thank you. You get guides. Because during my time, we were giving guides. Our teacher would just give us, okay, don't break our test seal. If you break test seal, you usually buy it too. You don't say that in your school. Okay. If you break one test seal, you buy 10 tests. That's the only thing our teacher will tell us. Then they will give us our manual guide. So the manual guide will be the one to let us know what to do next. Trust me, that manual guide was created with Microsoft Word. Let's go together. Microsoft Word. Microsoft. So you take that phone. Now you can also use it to design your document. Just like I was able to find my best color, want to give me something, you want to write my best color, you can do that with Microsoft Word. Thank you for people that are writing. So we want to talk about the relevance of the Microsoft Word to the teachers and students. Write faster if you know you are writing. To the teachers first, because we appreciate our teachers for leaving their place of work and coming to sit with us to learn. Master, you can use it to prepare your lesson notes. I know, I can relate because my mother was not a teacher. She do use notebook to write her lesson notes. Am I right? Teachers and students, you always maybe know. Your teacher will give you, go and give a lesson note to this good. Because instead of you using hard copy, which is your note that paper can spill on it. Palm oil and once palm oil stains paper. That's it. Once palm oil, I know palm oil. Once palm oil stains your notes, that is it. It will be there till many years to come. So instead of that, you can easily use Microsoft Word for your lesson notes and also for your teaching material. Same as a lesson note. You can use it to write reports like mentioned earlier. You can use it to write your letters. Any type of letter, informal, formal letter. Letter you want to write to your principal, to your class teacher, that's the formal. The informal is my mommy, my friend, my Bessie. Are we together? Yeah. Have you asked somebody besides your formal and formal letter because you're not answering me? Now, you can also use this to mention about the worksheet You can use it to do that, creating your worksheet. You can use it to create quizzes. You can use it to comment, like I showed you guys. For the students, same way is important to teachers, just as important to students as well. You can use it to create essays, reports, then your assignment. Let's say you are living in Ikeja and your friend is living in Ikorodu. You will not tell your mommy that you want to go and do your assignment in Ikeja. You can use Microsoft Word, any essay you want to write. There's another interesting thing about Microsoft Word. Let's say you've gone for your long vacation and you have to write an essay about how you spent your long vacation. Maybe you went for summer lesson, you went to Abuja, you went to United Kingdom, and you want to write an essay. Then you have to write 50 words or 300 words. Trust me, Microsoft Word will help you to count those words. That's another interesting thing if you don't know. It will help you to count. If you are reading, my name is Grace. My name is Grace. 4. If you put it there on Microsoft Word, it will tell you only have 4 words on this sheet. It will tell you how many sheets you have used. It will tell you how many words you have. So that's another ability. It will help you to count your words on your sheet as a student. They are asked to do that. So, and you also use it to create resume, an application letter, and also collaborate. If you are not writing, may have left you. Another amazing feature of Microsoft Word, there are AI features. There was somebody that mentioned when I had question concerning its session, somebody mentioned AI. Now, there is AI feature in Microsoft Word. In case you are not aware, maybe you want to create content concerning what you have written, that essay, that weekend that you went, that you don't take anybody there. You want to create content. You get ideas from AI to Microsoft Word. Formatting assistance. You want to do some formatting, your editing, or changing the colors, you can get that. You can integrate your data as well. AI help you with that. You can use that to research and do your citations. You can also do document summarization, whereby you have that 500 words just for you to get summary of what you are printing there. Brother AI will help you. You can also do smart search, like that 300 or 500 words now. You want to find how many times you have used I am or I went to be able to do that, brother AI. Then you also have image generation. You know, I showed you how to bring in image into Microsoft Word. AI will also help you to generate image in Microsoft Word. If I'm still writing, I've left you. Let's look at the shortcut. You know, I mentioned about highlight, and we didn't have a big keyboard to show you. Quickly write it down. This one I will leave it for you. Just 5. Oh yeah. You want to create a table, Ctrl plus T. You want to copy a text or B or maybe like 100 pages, Ctrl plus T. You want to paste the object, Ctrl plus V. Or you want to screenshot that amala that uploaded. You wanted to screenshot it and show it to Excel. You want to show the brand that, oh, I've been able to upload the amala into Microsoft Word and use Shakara to your friend. Screenshot it with Windows Shift plus S. I want to leave you now. Time. I've left you. Thank you. So now, the practical things of what you can use Microsoft Word to do, you can use it to do your professionality documents. But anyways, let me leave you. So any question, why are you writing? Okay, now let's do it this way, in case you meet it from behind. Now, so let's do that quickly. So any questions? My time is up, Joe, but any question? Any question, anybody? I'm sure someone is there. 3. Who? Anyone have questions? Does anyone have questions? I will ask questions. Actually, you guys were actually concentrated, so let me forgive you guys. I will not ask questions. You don't have questions. I'm seeing more beautiful faces. Welcome, please. Let's clap for them. Let's clap for them. Front. Who are just joining us? Clap, 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 clap. If you cannot have questions, and I'm not asking you questions, you should be able to clap now. People should clap well for them. Look at the way that they are able to join us. Thank you. Not to see you with clapping. So since you guys don't have any questions, okay, so we'll be going on a 10-minute break now. If you want to dance, you want to shake your body, you want to stretch your legs, you can do that now. Thank you very much. Back. Okay, that's what I'm saying. My director is simple. Okay, sir. We will be coming back by 12:10. No, we have 10 minutes break. This is 12:05.
Adela, go and get water.
They have should we say stick to time because the break will soon be over.
No, give them to 15. You get 12:15. Let it be 10 minutes because it's been a very busy day. So you get.
Oh yeah.
You to go and drink water.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi guys, we are coming back by 12:15. 12:15. The break time has been extended 12:15. You here?
If I'm not going to take
I will not going to talk. You don't know what to flush, so please don't go. Yeah. The teacher is here. That's good enough. People need to be We have to complete. So when we are done, there is a puzzle here. Attention, everybody. When we are done, sorry, I also told you guys, there is a puzzle here. How many people know how to play this game? What you will find from this puzzle? There are what you will find, and the ones are here. We have solutions, lesson, code, tech, backend, digital, design, school, app, side event, client, innovation, website, builder, and front end. So, as I've said it, try to note the word you will come and find. I will find out how many schools we have. So that will determine maybe one person from each school. One person from each school. So that will be a game time for everybody. Okay, you are doing. You are fine. You are my problem. Okay, please, let's come back. Let's come back. If you are on the corridor at this time, you are wrong. Should we do last person? That's so that are there borders? Are there borders? Body school. Oh, I don't borders. You guys have a border. There is no life junior. If you are referring, you are wrong. Whatever you are using, please come inside. We are starting the second half of the session now. Okay, thank you very much. We are going to be starting the next session now. Please, no noise, no noise. Don't forget we are online. We have online attendance. Or let's say online attendees rather. Online attendees. People join us online across the whole world. So it will be fair if we are seated at the venue and we are also disturbing them. It's not fair. But I want everybody to write it on their sticker. Yes. But you don't write it on their sticker in your school. You can't be punishment in your various if you write it here. So I don't want anybody to write. Because asking somebody to write, going to buy that person's attention. And I don't want that. So please, there are people who are attending online. We have online attendees. Don't disturb them. So now we are going to be inviting. Now don't be so now we are done with our break, and I'm sure you enjoyed that short, big break. It was short, but it was a big one. Don't worry, the game time is coming. So we are going to be inviting our next speaker. For the people that joined us, maybe lately. So we introduced the founder and director of Verda Solutions Limited. That's the company that has arranged, organized this wonderful event that you are going to be learning, that you'll be learning a lot, and you will be still learning a lot till 2 p.m. So we are going to be inviting the founder and the director of Verda Solutions Limited, the president of Mr. Kayode Ajayi. He is going to be joining us virtually. He's in the United Kingdom and he's going to be joining us virtually. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Adela. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Hope you all enjoyed your break.
Jesus.
No.
No, 20 minutes break.
Why not? Yeah, I know we've gone through a whole lot today, right? And yeah, that's kind of what this session is all about. It's all about learning a lot of things. Now, everything we've done today, you will still have to go back home and do research and learn more about them. So a lot of the things we've talked about, we've just talked about them, in an introductory level, and there's still so much more to learn. So going along, I'm going to take us through a session on AI tools and low-code development. Now, just a little bit about myself. I'm a Power Platform Solution Architect. And what that means is that I build solutions for organizations all around the world using AI and low-code tools. So I heard somebody say AI before. Can someone define what AI is to me, or have you used any AI tool before? So anybody?
AI means artificial intelligence.
So Adiola, you can face the camera to the audience, to the students. So can someone tell me what AI is and tell me the AI tools you've used before?
AI means artificial intelligence.
AI means artificial intelligence.
Intelligence.
Awesome. Okay. So has anyone used any AI tool before? Have you used AI before? If you have, tell me which one and what did you use it for? Okay. So I'm going to continue now. Now you have... Okay, is there someone? Okay, thank you.
Examples of AI, we have Gemini, we have Copilot, and we have Chat.
Awesome. Let's give him a round of applause. Okay. I hope you can hear me because it feels like there's a bit of a lag.
We can hear you.
Awesome. Okay. So you might feel like you've not used AI before, but we use and we interact with AI every day. If you have your phone, if you have a phone, whether it be Android or whether it be iPhone, there is AI in every aspect of the phone. From when you take pictures, there's AI that goes ahead and process the pictures. That's why you see that the pictures you take from Android is different from the quality, and the look is different from the ones you take from iPhone. So that's because they have different AI that is processing it. So everything, everywhere we go, there is AI everywhere. So, but recently there's been lots of AI tools that you can start to use. And one thing we are looking at as part of this training is to introduce you to some of these tools. Some you might have heard of before, but some are very new. And that's one thing about AI. AI keeps on improving every day. So every day there is new improvements, there are new tools that you can use. And one way the world is going now is, if you don't find yourself understanding how to use these tools and technology, you might fall behind. And people from all around the world, people from other places, they begin to get jobs that you would have gotten if only you had the required skills. So that's why, even though you're still young, but now is actually a good time for you to, start making inquiry, for you to start doing research. I think one thing about this program is stay curious, right? So when you hear for all these things I'm going to talk about today, let your curiosity, let it be ignited, and you should go and research on these tools. So there are a couple of AI tools that I just want to introduce us to. Now, the first one is Google Stitch. Now, Google Stitch is a very, very new AI tool that was created by Google. And I'll show you an example of what you can do with Google Stitch. Now, Google Stitch is used to create UI designs. So, how many of us has heard of UI UX design before? Have you heard of UI UX design before? So all the applications on your phone, if you see WhatsApp looks different from Facebook. Facebook looks different from Instagram. Instagram looks different from Twitter. Now, all of these, they have different designs. They have different UIs. They have different user experiences, right? So Google Stitch is a tool that you can use to design custom UIs using AI. And when we talk about AI, especially very recently, then you talk about prompts. So you are going to be prompting the AI. You are going to be telling the AI what you want. So in this case, I have come to Google Stitch and I've said, create an app, create a design for me of an app that can allow me to manage my daily tasks. And I've given it that prompt, and it went ahead and it created all of these designs for me. Without AI, I would need to know how to design. I would need to know how to do this, but I have been able to create this design within just 5 minutes, or even less than 5 minutes. That's one of the powers that AI brings. So imagine you're trying to think of what you can do to make money, right? This is an idea, because UI UX is a career path in technology. But using AI tools, you can now start learning this thing very quick. You can start learning it faster than it will have taken you before. So that is the first one I want to talk about, which is Google Stitch. So when you go home, go and do research on Google Stitch. The next one I want to talk about is Grammarly. Now, Grammarly is very interesting. It's quite similar to Microsoft Word, because with Grammarly, you can type in some text here. But what Grammarly does is it checks your text. It checks it for things like errors, for things like clarity. So what you have typed, is it clear? Is it easy for it to be understood? It checks your correctness. So have you used correct grammar? Have you used correct spelling? So Grammarly uses AI to check all of those things. And the good thing is Grammarly is free. Google Stitch also is free. All these tools that I'm talking about today, they are free. So you can actually go ahead and start using them. So look at this text, for example. I have provided some text that is not grammatically correct, right? And you can see it has underlined them and is suggesting different things I can do to make it better. So when you are writing your assignments, when you are submitting essays, you can use a tool like Grammarly. You can use a tool like Grammarly to check for the correctness of your text before even submitting. So that's Grammarly. The next one I want to show you is ChatGPT or Claude. ChatGPT, many of us will have heard ChatGPT, but do you know you can actually use it to build applications? So just this morning, before this class, I went into ChatGPT and I said, give me the Python code for a simple app that helps me plan my day using Tkinter for the GUI. Now, Python is a programming language, and usually it takes a long time for you to learn Python. But what if you just want to try something out? Now I've given this prompt to ChatGPT, and it has generated a code for me. Now, if I copy this code and I go to run it, you would see, so I've pasted the code here, and if I run it, and I'm going to choose Python here, now you see that it has actually created a working application for me. So I can say, oh, I'm going to go to class, right? So this is like a to-do list application. Eat breakfast. So this is like a simple to-do list application that I can use to write a list of things that I want to do. And once I'm done, I can click on it and delete. Now, I've been able to generate this application in less than a minute using ChatGPT. So these AI tools, you should use them to expand your creativity for you to be able to do more than you would have ordinarily been able to do. Now let's go to the next tool. The next tool I want to show us is Firebase Studio by Google. Now this is very similar to ChatGPT in the sense that you can use it to write code. But the difference of this one is it is, so rather than you saw with ChatGPT, I had to copy the code out, but in Firebase Studio, the chat and the code is all in the same place. So here I've said, create an app that helps me plan my day, and it has gone ahead and it has created this app for me. So this is also like a to-do list application, and you can see this one is more sophisticated than that one that ChatGPT did, right? And this is also a free tool created by Google that you can use. So now if you have something you want to build, if you have an idea of something you want to build, you can use these AI tools to start trying them out even before you have the knowledge of the actual programming language. So it's a good way for you to try new things. And you know, when you're even learning a programming language, you can use these AI tools for you to learn better. You can give it a code and you say, explain this code to me, right? And it's going to explain the code to you, tell you what the code is, and you can ask questions just the way you will ask another person. So these are a couple of AI tools that, you know, a lot of them are very new and they are free for you to use. So you can start using it now to, you know, to boost your creativity. You can use it as a learning tool. It will help teach you. You can talk to it. Very recently, I had an interview, and you know, I went to ChatGPT and I told ChatGPT, "Oh, ask me questions that you know the interviewer might ask me," and we had that conversation, and it helped me to prepare for my interview. Right. So these are ways you can use AI. Now, one thing, anytime you're using AI, you should use it responsibly. Now, don't just take your assignment and put it to AI and say, oh, ChatGPT, do the assignments for me. That's not the best because you are not going to learn anything. Instead of doing that, tell ChatGPT, explain this for me. Give me other questions. ask me other questions to be sure that I understand how it is. So you should use AI as a learning tool, not as a way to be lazy, right? Because if not, AI will keep on getting smarter and you will keep on getting duller. So you want to be getting as smart as AI. So the way AI is getting smart, you also want to be getting smart. So use these tools as learning tools, not as a way for you to be lazy. Now, I also want to talk about the Microsoft Power Platform. Now, the Microsoft Power Platform, that's what I do in my job every day, and it is what's called a low-code tool. So you see the way we have programming languages. With a Power Platform, you can build applications without a programming language, the way you would write other things like Python, right? You don't need all of that for the Power Platform. And you use it to build business applications, business automations, and AI integrations. So you can actually build smart applications using the Microsoft Power Platform. So, and companies all around the world are beginning to use it. So you can even start learning these tools because, there are free resources everywhere. Heather said it in the morning, right? All you need is curiosity. Just be curious and keep on learning. Keep on learning and be curious. Now, this is an example of an application that I created using the Power Platform, and it was done using like a drag and drop interface. And let me show you an example of what that looks like. This is an example of what the Power Platform looks like. So this is an app. So you can see I can move around the elements of the app. If I want to add a button, I can come here and insert a new button. I can move things around because it is a drag and drop interface. So you can use this thing to start building applications. So this is also another tool that I would want you to, do your research and start looking into because it is a good investment for you. So those are just a few things I wanted to talk about. And at this point, I'm just going to be handing over to Adeola, to take it on from here. So Adeola, thank you so much. And if you have any questions, ask the question. I'm still here to answer your questions. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kariani. Thank you. Thanks for the amazing session. And aside that we've been doing the virtual classes, don't physical, this is another live class I've just had. Join us online. And in case you have questions, it's still there. So don't say, oh, there will not be network. There is network. You can see there's not any network things. So if you have any questions, or yes, I want you to ask questions. So you have question by force. You don't want to ask questions. So that means everything he has been teaching us, you've heard of grammar, you've heard of ChatGPT, you've heard that Grammarly can help you to detect errors, you've heard of cloud before. Can I ask you questions? Okay. I'm going to ask a question concerning one of what he has taught us. He has taught us no code. Okay. I would have loved to answer it, but let's not answer that question. What is low code and no code?
Okay. So low code and no code. So these are tools. They are drag and drop tools. So normally to build an application, so look at WhatsApp on your phone, right? Normally to build an application, you would need to write lots of code. You will need to know maybe Python or HTML, or you will need to know some of those, web technologies before you can build an application. But low code, no code now takes it from another angle. It now says instead of writing those code, how about you have an interface just like PowerPoint or just like Microsoft Word that you can click around. So instead of typing the code, you can click around and drag and drop things to make them look the way you want it to be. And that's an example of what I was showing us here, right? Even though it's kind of loading here, but you see that we can drag and drop things. So you have different options. If you want a button, you can drag the button. If you want a text, you can drag the text. And by the time you are dragging all of those things together, that's what determines how the app looks like. So instead of writing code, you have to write maybe just very little code or no code at all. So that's why it's called low code / no code. So it can either be little code or no code at all. So does that answer your question?
That answers your question. Somebody from the back. Okay. There's another question.
Like we can collect code from AI to create an app. So perhaps collect the code when you give me an app from ChatGPT and you use it to create the app. Is it you that owns the app or the AI?
So can you reiterate that to me, Adela?
Okay, he's asking if I want to build that now and I decided to ask ChatGPT. Does that app belongs to ChatGPT, the AI that generated the code for me, or the app belongs to me?
Wow, that's a very, very good question. So the code belongs to you, right? And the way a lot of these AI tools work is it is a collaboration. So a lot of times the AI tool will not give you the correct answer you want at first, but you now have to go back and say, oh no, this is not what I want. Go and make a change. This is not what I want. Let me show you an example. So this is an example here. So here I said, give me all the pages. And it said, oh, it had an issue. I said, try again. And it said, okay, what do you want me to create? I specified, create a home page, create a task page, create a recurring task page, and a to-do list page, right? And that's what determined what happened. So it is a collaboration. It's not just creating something. You can decide what it creates. So at the end of the day, the code it generates, it belongs to you, and it doesn't belong to ChatGPT. But yeah, that's a very good question. I hope I answered it.
So all the apps belong to me. There's another question. What does Firebase Studio help to detect?
So Adela, can you repeat that?
What does Firebase Studio help to detect?
To prevent.
What does it help to detect? Am I correct? Detect. What does it help to detect?
To detect. Okay, so Firebase Studio is a tool that was created by Google to help people build applications using AI. So Firebase Studio doesn't detect anything. It's just a platform where you can type in. So instead of, writing code, you can type in an idea of what you want. Then the AI is going to write the code for you and package the application for you. So that's the advantage of the Firebase Studio. So unlike when you use ChatGPT, you have to copy the code and you have to paste it somewhere before you can run it. But in Firebase Studio, you can run whatever is created from within the same website. So it's actually a website. If you go on Google and you type Firebase Studio, you are going to see it. So it's a website. Once you go on the website, you can click on it and just type in what you want to create, and it's going to create it for you.
Okay, more questions.
Man,
Stand up.
how does AI generate the resources?
So how does AI generate the results? Is that the question?
Yes, that's the question.
Okay, awesome. That's also a very good question. Because if you look at some of this AI, it looks like magic. You just type something, you just say, oh, create an application for me. Or you say, oh, you ask it a question and it just gives you an answer. It looks like magic, but it's actually not magic. Now, the AIs... Can you still hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. So the AI, what happens for the AI is they were trained. So when it comes to artificial intelligence, it you train it using data. But the reason why this AI like ChatGPT is powerful is now before they used to train this AI on very small amount of data. But what they did with ChatGPT is they trained the AI over all the data on the internet. Now imagine since the first year that the first website ever was created up until today, creating an AI based on all of that knowledge. So all the books that have been written, all the websites that have been created, all of that data, they trained an AI model on that data. So that's why the AI model knows a lot of things. That's why it can do a lot of things because it has been trained using data from all around the internet. So that's how it was trained. And it is based on that training data that it now gives you an answer. So that's why sometimes it hallucinates because you can ask it A, but because its data has A, B, C, D, sometimes instead of giving you the correct response, it just gives you something else because of the data, because it has been trained on everything. And recently it was on the news. Somebody said, "Oh, I have headache. What can I do?" And one AI said, "Go and eat stone. If you eat stone, the headache will go away." That is not correct, right? But that somebody somewhere has mentioned that on the internet, so the AI thought it was correct, right? So those are some of the things that you get with AI, but the responses it gives you is based on the data that it has been trained upon. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, that answers the question.
Awesome.
Another question.
Can you use artificial intelligence to create another?
Okay.
My name is Obutala Angela.
So
Can you
can you ask the question again? I didn't hear that.
use artificial intelligence to create another artificial intelligence?
You guys are really amazing. I think first of all, everybody give yourselves a round of applause because these are really, really, really good questions. Very, very good questions. So the question is, can you use AI to create another AI? Yes, the answer is actually yes. And that's why when you watch some movies like Terminator or some of those movies where AI takes over the world, you get scared because it looks like we are approaching that kind of world where AI is very, very smart, right? So definitely you can use AI to create another AI. Very recently, there was a case where some researchers, they were developing an AI and they said, oh, they asked the AI that, well, they told the AI, we want to terminate you. We don't want to continue this research. And the AI ended up tricking them to devise a way for them not to terminate it. So that's one thing about AI. It's intelligent, and you can actually use AI to create another AI because, how was it created in the first place? Data and algorithms. Those are the things that makes up ChatGPT. A lot of data and very good algorithms, right? And AI can generate algorithms, and if you provide data or if the AI gets access to data, it can actually improve itself. And that's why you see even things, all the AI tools we have today, they keep on getting better and better because a lot of the times they can actually improve themselves. So it is a very interesting time that we are now because AI can do a lot of things and we have a lot of very intelligent systems. So to answer your question in a nutshell, AI can be used to create another AI.
So does that answers your question? Can you a round of applause? Don't be switching with your class. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, you should see.
So, any more questions?
No more questions.
Yeah, also,
What's the difference between AI and robot?
What's the difference between AI and robotics? Okay, so I would say in a lot of ways they work hand in hand. A good robotic system is going to require a good AI system to power it. So just think of it like your brain and your body, right? Your brain can think of a lot of things, but your brain cannot move by itself. Your brain needs some mechanics. It needs a skeleton for it to move. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I said think of it like your brain and your body, right? Your brain can think, it can decide, but it cannot move itself. It needs some form of mechanics for it to move. So that's how artificial intelligence and robotics work hand in hand. The AI is the brain system, but you can now apply that brain system into a body. And when you think of robotics, don't just think of humanoids or Terminator. Robots can be in various ways. For example, have you heard of Teslas before? Self-driving cars, right? A self-driving car is a robot. And one thing, Tesla, which is one of the companies that, have gone really far in self-driving cars, what they've done is they've said, well, we have this artificial intelligence that we are using to power our self-driving cars. Now we want to take that same artificial intelligence and use it to power something else. We want to use it to power robots, right? Just the way robots to be like human, to that replicates a human. So what they've said is they're going to take that same intelligence and apply it to a different body. So that's how AI and robotics go hand in hand. A good robotic system is going to need a good AI system to power it. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Let's go to the next question. People like AI. Like AI, that's right.
So what's the next question?
No other question.
No other question. Awesome.
Now we have two questions. Where is another question? They have another question.
Okay.
Okay, maybe questions. Please give me the question.
My name is Nasua Shenibar. Shenibar. I'm from Service College. Can ChatGPT be used to create an app that can be downloaded and works perfectly?
So can ChatGPT be used to create an app that can be downloaded and works? Did she say perfectly?
Yes. And works perfectly. Maybe app that you can deploy on Play Store, App Store.
Yeah.
People can download.
That's also an intelligent question. I think you guys are really, really an intelligent bunch. Because the reason why I like that question is the last word at the end, perfectly, right? It can work, but you want it to work perfectly. So for you to get ChatGPT to build an app, that can be deployed to the Play Store and work perfectly, is not going to be as simple as creating just any app, right? And which falls back to something I said about AI. When you're using these AI tools, don't let them replace your brain. Don't let them replace your knowledge, right? So before you think of creating an app that you can deploy to the Play Store, do you know how that can be done without ChatGPT, without AI? So you need to have those knowledge, because one thing I've understood is, especially when it comes to coding stuff, you get to do more with AI if you know what you are doing. So for example, even when it comes to design, so you want to create a design, right, using AI. If you don't know anything about design, it will be difficult for you to get a perfect result. Same thing with, so that same thing can be applied to the application. If you know nothing about building applications, then using AI to build an application, it will be very difficult for you to get a perfect result. You might get a result, but it's not going to be a perfect result. So that's where your own knowledge still comes into play. So as much as we have AI tools, don't let them replace your brain. Let them augment your brain. Use them for learning. Ask them questions. Use them to think through your answers. Use them to think rather than making them think for you. So I hope that answers your question.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. We can't sit on only AI. We have other sessions we want to go to, and people are waiting online. Just like I said, this session is going to be for 30 minutes. Expect an hour. Because no, because of the questions though. But there are no questions keep giving back questions. I want to ask you questions. Yes. Yes, I want you question. Okay, you want to answer my question? I will be glad. Now, let's say you want to create an app. What app would you like to create? What kind of AI agent would you like to use? You mentioned a lot of AI tools that you can use to build AI. Somebody even asked question, can I use AI to build it to AI? Am I correct? Okay. What do you think you would like to build? Because if you would like to learn them, what would you want to learn and why? Somebody answer that question there. Now I'm asking you, what kind of app would you like to do? And what kind of would you like to make? Who is going to answer my question? All right. There was somebody that was talking my when I was two. I will come to you. So pray somebody tells me he or she can answer my question. What app would you like to create? Then what type of AI can you use or would you like to use? You want to answer my question? Now, I want to answer question. Nobody wants to answer, but you give, okay, hey, you can yourself out. No problem.
My name is Inewa. From Women's Comprehensive College. So we have a learning app and I'll use that. Like to create a learning app and I'll use that.
Yes, sir. A lot of applause for you. That is the part for you, Oluwa. If you Oluwa wants to create an application that is like AI, like ChatGPT, that you can go there, so that means you want to build up AI into an app. Like you want to build all those AI into an app. So whenever you go there, it is going to do something for you. So that means the AI will not hallucinate. If I ask, what can I use for headache? It will not tell me that I should go and stay inside rain. Eh? You are not just telling yourself, oh. I have 2 questions, you have answered. Then I'm asking you again. Anyway, if Oluwa is a shy boy, so let's clap for him, let's clap for him. So we are going to be inviting our next guest speaker. So she's going to be joining us online. Don't worry, there will not be network glitch. Let's pray between it all. We pray that there will not be network. So we are going to be inviting Victoria. Victoria is a thoughtful and resilient tech professional, passionate about using low-code solutions to drive, innovation and impact. She's a Power Platform developer, Microsoft, and she thrives at the intersection of technology, leadership, and purpose, building applications that simplify processes and empower people. Whether mentoring aspiring developers, that's people that want to start building apps, collaborating across departments, or solving complex business challenges. She leads with excellence, clarity, and care. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Miss Victoria Erom.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Please confirm that you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the warm welcome. It's a privilege to be here, and I'm grateful for.
You people say that did not sound well.
Oh, they have something they do in the manual way. For example, they go to the office every morning or go to the school every morning. Staffs have to fill in their name and the time they signed in a paper, in a book. So what I do for organization is I help them to build applications that would cancel or rule out the process of paper. So today I'm just here to tell you a story, and it's the story of how I got into tech. So I in banking and finance. So in the university. But when I got I had a friend that was
Yeah, hi Victoria. It seems there's some network issues.
That's what you want with you. It's a new one.
Hello, can anybody hear me?
Can you hear Victoria?
All right. Sorry, it's raining here and the network is quite bad, so I have to turn off my camera. So I'll continue with my story. I was telling the story of how I got into tech and how I became a software developer. I said I have a degree in banking and finance. So yes, I was not a science student in the university. In secondary school, rather, I was a commercial student, and when I got to university, I studied banking and finance. But along the line, in my third year, that's when I was in 300 level, I had a friend that was always carrying a laptop, and she was not studying computer science. So I was wondering, what's this girl always doing with a laptop? And I got close to her. I saw that she was building applications. She was building a CGPA.
So we've lost you, Vicky.
No noise, no noise. Let's just be patient for the network. Remember, we are here to learn. So be praying that praise should not affect the network. Instead of murmuring, please. Thank you.
Okay, 1 second. We're trying to resolve this.
Hello, I think there was a connection. I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So I tried switching internet. I hope this one is stable. Apologies for the break in transmission. It's raining here, and that's why we have faulty internet. Okay, so I'm going to proceed. I said I have some lessons to share from my story, and these lessons are things that I picked out from my story because I had to learn on my own. Sometimes it's not easy to learn on your own. At some point, you get stuck because I remember situations where I had to reach out to my friends that were software engineers and everybody was busy. It's normal, people are busy, but I had to forge ahead. So, one of the lessons I'm going to say is have a fearless mindset. If you want to, I joined a bit earlier than when my session was to start, and I heard some of us asking questions. And there were questions on can you use AI to build another AI and all that. Yes, if you decide to eventually pick up a tech skill or get into tech, you have to have a fearless mindset because when you start the journey, at some point the road might be rough, at some point you might be discouraged. At some point, you might feel, oh, for example, if you need to learn tech, you need resources, you need a laptop for some tech roles. You need to also have steady internet. All those things does not come for free. And sometimes you might be a little bit down on cash. You will not have the opportunity to get those things. It should not discourage you. You have to have a fearless mindset. And one other thing I want to say is, don't be too rigid. Sometimes when you pick up a tech skill, or okay, I want to venture into graphics design. Graphics design is very broad. There's the UI UX design part of it. There's the flyer design part of it. But if you are too rigid, you say, oh no, it's graphics design I want to learn. I'm not going to add any other skill to it. And sometimes tech evolves. Today, a lot of persons would, before now, we were using Corel Draw to design flyers and all that. But now people have gone past that. They now use Photoshop. Some people even use Figma to design flyers. But if you say that, oh, I'm going to be very rigid, oh, it is Corel Draw I want to learn, I'm not going further to learn, pick up another skill, you might be doing more harm to yourself than good. So don't be too rigid. And when you have situations where, oh, there are some failures here and there, don't beat yourself to it. Don't say, oh, this thing I did was very bad. For example, you designed you built an AI that is supposed to answer people's questions, but the AI was not configured well, the algorithms were not working properly, and you feel that, oh, this thing, I didn't get it right at the first time, you should further on. Don't say, oh, I'm going to be too rigid. I feel discouraged, I feel tired. The journey might not be very smooth for you. And I'm not trying to scare you, no, but I'm just telling you the fact. At the beginning or at the process of your career, the journey might not be very, very, very smooth. But we used to say whatever we want to do, as long as we have the courage to do them, we would do them. So don't be too rigid on yourself. I'm going to go over what I said earlier on. I said you should have a fearless mindset, be brave, yes, be courageous. Don't feel intimidated by anyone. I want to learn this thing, I will learn it. Sometimes some people decide to move into tech, but they might not have the resources they need and they don't give up. So I don't expect any of us to give up when we want to get into tech. Also, one other thing I'm going to mention is that we are to ask questions. Don't say, oh, my question seems like it is very stupid. There is no stupid question. Ask questions. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because it is when you ask those questions, from experts, you get responses, and you would know, oh, this is not the right way to do this. So ask questions. Ask that dumb question. Sometimes you might feel, oh, this question is too dumb. This question is too stupid. No, there's no stupid question. There's no dumb question. Ask. Don't be too shy to ask questions. Just make sure that you are asking the questions. And another lesson that I'm going to mention that I've learned along my journey is the ability to fail forward. Don't be too scared. Some people say, oh, I don't want to hurt myself, I don't want to do this, and they're trying to maintain only one aspect of things. Don't be too scared to take steps. Fail forward. Decide that, oh, I'm going to try this thing. If I fail, it's fine. I'm going to go back and redo it. I don't know if we can still hear me. I want us to confirm that we can still hear me.
We can hear you.
All right, thank you very much. So those are the lessons I'm going to drop, and I'm going to say that everybody can get into tech. Everybody can get into tech. Tech is in every field that we might find ourselves in. For example, in medicine and surgery now, we have what we call telemedicine. Doctors have applications where patients reach out to them to say, oh, I currently feel a slight headache, my temperature is high, and the doctor would prescribe drugs for the person. They even go further to the point of delivering those drugs to the patient in the comfort of their house. That's telemedicine, and that is a part of tech. Now, imagine when there are doctors that say, no, I don't want to get involved into tech. I want to strictly face my medicine and surgery. There will be no telemedicine. Some doctors and some health professionals have decided that, oh, this is a good feature. Let's inculcate tech into our field. And this goes over to all the fields, engineering, arts, sciences, everywhere. People have tech in their field. So you don't necessarily have to do a 360 degree from your current endeavor, or just say, oh, I don't want to study art anymore, I want to face tech. You can look at art, or I don't want to be a teacher anymore, I want to face tech. You can look at your current field, think and see how tech can help you improve what you currently do. Everybody can be in tech. Every one of us in this classroom or every one of us in this hall would not build an AI. Everybody would not build an AI. But we will have some medical doctors in this hall that would get themselves involved in telemedicine. We have some engineers that will inculcate tech into it. We have some computer engineers, computer software developers, and all that. So yes, every field has tech in it, even educationists. Every field has tech in it, and everybody can be in tech. So have it at the back of your mind that I don't necessarily have to do a 360 degree turn from what I'm currently doing. I can also inculcate technology, because a lot of us learned that technology can be defined as a process that makes work easier and faster. So everything that you are doing, you can inculcate technology into it. I'm going to round up here for today. Thank you for having me. If anyone has any question, available to take them. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Vicky. Thank you very, very, very much for taking time out to be here. So yeah, if you have questions for Victoria. Adela, are you there? We can't hear you.
My name is Adik Singh, and I'm from Kumasi Progress Village. So I have two friends, and like three of us work on tech usually, and we're working on developing an application. And we mostly get lazy with it because I'm not that curious. Just want to do it as our leisure time. So my number one question is how we maintain that curiosity. And second question is how the steps you have to take in order to create that application.
All right. Thank you for your question. Firstly, how you maintain the curiosity. I feel that it's because you are involved in school activities and school is topmost priority. So you would not want to place your application beneath your learning in school. So firstly, you have to face your studies. But then if you devote time or if you and your friends decide to maintain the momentum and say, oh, let's be accountability partners to ourselves. We've decided to build an application. Let's hold ourselves responsible for doing this. That would help. Also, your next question, how do you go about it? Firstly, you need to ask yourself some questions. What is this application going to do? Who are your target audience? Who will be using this application? How often will they use it? What kind of devices are they going to use to access the application? All these questions, you need answers to them, and you have to sit down to answer those questions. It is after you've known what your application is supposed to do, the target audience of the application, then you now decide, okay, do I need to store or save the name and password of whoever comes into the application? Let's put, for example, Facebook. When we all signed up on Facebook, we had to register our email and configure a password. That's an application. But aside registering our email and configuring a password, Facebook's initial feature was for you to come online, upload stories. It can be quite not lengthy stories, but post pictures and people react or comment to it. That's an application. And that was what the application was supposed to do. So for you, you need to ask yourself, what is my application going to do? So after you have answered those questions, what your application is supposed to do, is your target audience, what information do you need to store in those applications or from those applications? That's how you now decide how to proceed, because you need to know what language. There are different programming languages. The same way I'm speaking English to you, and some people can speak Yoruba, some people can speak French. We have different programming language. We have different language the computer can understand. But you cannot just pick up any language and say, oh, this is the language I'm going to use to build the application. There are different language and there are different things those languages can do. So after you've defined what your application is supposed to do, then you go ahead to say, oh, what language am I going to use to build this application? And if it is an AI, you need AI to come up with because right now you can use AI to build your own application. So you need to know what AI tool you are going to use to build the application. All these questions have to be answered before you now proceed to starting the application. But you need to draw out, like I said earlier, what your application is supposed to do. You need to break it down into silos. Every feature your application is supposed to have, you need to draw it out. You need to draw the map of the application before you start the journey of building. I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yes, yes. As a question.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so any other question? I want to know what you want to have. That would bring up the curiosity. Who has the question? Someone. Okay, yes. So did you get the answer? Once you know what will happen, that will make you
So Bridget Fortune and from Good Academy. Bridget Fortune. You said you can use an AI to create an AI. I want to know if the AI you created we have the same knowledge as the one that was asked from, that was created from.
Okay, so if I get your question well, you're saying that if you use an AI tool to create another AI tool, will they have the same knowledge? So it depends on what your AI tool has access to. AI does not just get its information from anywhere. Those information are stored somewhere. So the next AI tool that you have created with an AI tool, does it have access to that information? If yes, it does, it's going to go and query that bunch of data to give you response back. But if it does not have access to it, no, it won't. I don't know if Kayode has something to add to this.
Yeah, I can add something to that. That's also a very interesting question. So when you're talking about creating AIs with AI, as a concept, there are a couple of ways you can go about it. Now, we have something they call wrappers. So for example, ChatGPT, OpenAI, they've spent millions of dollars or even billions of dollars to train ChatGPT, right? Remember I said ChatGPT was trained on the whole internet, right? That's why it can answer lots of questions. So to do that, they had to spend billions of dollars to do that. That's not something you'll be able to do, right? So what some developers do is they create a wrapper. Now, what the wrapper does is, because ChatGPT knows a lot of things, it can do a lot of things. So if you ask it a medical question, it can answer you. If you ask it a finance question, it can answer you. So what some people do is they now create a wrapper and they make that wrapper specialized in something. So using the same data that ChatGPT has, they now create a form of a specialization, and they now say, oh, this is a medical AI, and they now package it and they sell it to you. Behind the scene, it is using ChatGPT, but they've just covered it and they've selected just the aspects they need. So in that case, it's somehow still using the same data as ChatGPT, right? But you are just taking only what you need. If you've heard of DeepSeek too, the people that built DeepSeek, that's what they did. They took ChatGPT and they said, okay, we are not going to spend all the money to train our model again. But they now used ChatGPT, they now trained a model on ChatGPT. With that, they were able to get a smaller model that could almost do the same thing that ChatGPT can do. So creating a model from training one existing one is a way, then creating a wrapper around that existing AI is another way. So those are two ways you can achieve something like that. But I would say in both cases they are kind of using data from the original source. But you can now add some additional data to make it more specialized to do what you actually want it to do. I hope that answered your question.
Yes.
Awesome. Beautiful.
What's next? Okay.
Any more? So we don't take too much of
No,
Victoria's
no,
time.
we are good.
Okay, no other question. So thanks so
All
much,
right, thank
Vicky.
you,
Yes,
everyone. Thank you for having me.
thank you
Please, a
so
round
so
of applause
much.
for Victoria.
Can you hear me, Adiola? I'm not hearing you guys.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I hope everybody has gained something today. Let's just go around. Let people say what they've gained from today's session. So let's have that.
I was asking you questions. Some of you were done. And we're not discussing about both. From online, from far beyond what I cannot edit. From the beginning, or maybe you plan somebody's name, you plan a new name, AI, and afterward the session, most of during the AI session, if somebody even has to come to this particular computer session, come and ask the previous computer session, which was for AI. So that means you really learned a lot. So I work up with somebody that offended me and built himself out. I'll look at that offender. Somebody that is using glasses like we are supposed to use for eyes. But what have you learned for the little time?
My name is actually Shruti, and I'm from Springboard Academy, and I've learned how to use AI properly.
Use AI. A lot that you can do with AI, not assignment. Anyway, if I'm catching you by that, I'm sorry, but probably you've been using some mathematics. I know that you don't get the same what math. I know you have this happen. Don't let me take it too far. So in case you've been using AI to do something, what do you call your name again, please? One of my using classes like me said, he has been able to find out that there is a lot you can do with AI, especially to build app. I build app too, and I've been using AI. I use AI to teach myself. So that's another thing. In case you don't learn anything. Now, tell yourself that you can use AI to learn something. Okay, what have you learned? You can color. Okay. What have you learned so far? I'll go to another person. I want you to please speak to our mind. Speak to the other's mind. Tell us what you learned. Oh, she's pretty. Let us give her. Clap for Liza, clap for Liza, clap. Oh, yeah, get up. You're using the clapping. Keep clapping until she's up. You are clapping to let you get up. Oh, don't fall down. Thanks. AI. I didn't know that AI can be used to do that. When I look at everything, and then I can do that up. Okay. So I just said before she got here, so she can use AI to build use from start to finish. I've used AI to build. I can start counting and build multiple apps with low code and no code, low code or no code. I've used it to build app from start to finish. So that's AI. So I know that you can like AI. Tell us more things you've learned about AI. You've not heard anything about why you have to start tech, why you have to go into tech, why it is now. What's your name? Yes. Ade. Yes. Ade Kule said him and his two other friends, right? They've actually decided to start building up. But he needs to be curious about it because if you don't really know what you want, there's no how you will be doing that. Oh, let me get that thing achieved so that you can start doing something. So imagine now, what class are you? SS1. Give me a high five. Give me a high five. SS1. When I was in SS1, there was not even, there might be AIs then though. Yeah, AIs were still for so long, but it's not that compulsory in my time. So, but now it's in SS1, and I've been doing a lot so with AI. So what have you learned? I'm even giving you hints. I'm giving you a oh my God. I don't know the names of your sound. I've called us, but let me forgive you. Let me go. I see someone. I see Vice Grace. I will not call the name of it. No other person wants to tell us something. Did I have to go back? Hey, Jesus. Yes. Tell us something. Oh, hey.
I think that supposed to be curious. That curiosity makes the best out of us, and we should not wait to be told. We should always pick ourselves, and we should innovate ourselves and motivate ourselves to do something.
Round of applause for her. Oh. So now to content what? Please, what's your name again? What's your name again? Yes. Like what Miss Victoria mentioned too. Not everybody is going to be available for you. For example, when I started coaching, when I started low code or no code, people were available for me though, but they can only be available few minutes. I want to build the hour. I want to take me hours. Nobody's going to stay with you for hours. 10 minutes attention. For that 10 minutes, I get something out of it. And from that 10 minutes, I will have to make sure that what I want to get, I must get it. And I spend a week on it, on debugging code. So once you have that mind that you want to do something, go for it. Don't let somebody call you that, oh, go and learn this. People just like how you read in school. When you will tell you to go and it's your punishment. Just take it to what Miss Victoria has taught us as just to budget what our last speaker has said. Who else wants to
My name is Jason Daniel. I'm from EPH Daniel School. I learned that doctors are going to when I was there, I didn't know that doctors learn pets. But when I was here, I knew that doctors learn pets.
Oh my God! Okay, another person that wants to help us out. Now I'm giving you a spot. You are not knowing that remembering. It's good, no? It's good.
My name is Noma. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to practice.
You cannot overclock your heart. If I say you overclock again, not now, but I that. Wow. You have. So thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Wow. Thank you very much, everybody. I know many of us, we've learned stuff, but maybe we're still shy. But I'm really impressed with all the things that I've heard us say that we learned. So this is just a tip of the iceberg. There is so much to learn. And I think one thing that summarizes this whole event is for you to stay curious. It's interesting that, almost everybody that we invited said the same thing, right? So that will just let you know that it is the fact. You stay curious, don't give up. keep on learning, seek for ways, seek for avenues to learn. Rather than, just scrolling TikTok and watching people dancing. You can scroll TikTok and even see somebody sharing information that is useful, something you can learn. You can just take that little time. Take that little time to learn. Just look for little avenues for you to learn. And yeah, so this is I want to introduce you to Velda. So far, this company that has put this event together, we are called Velda, and I just want to give you an introduction to who Velda is, and how we come into play and why we are even doing all of these things. So Velda, what do we do at Velda? So we build custom IT solutions. So maybe your school needs an IT solution. We can build it. Maybe for businesses, we build IT solutions for businesses, for organizations, any way, anyhow. Any organization, any individual, we build IT solutions for them. Apart from that, we also deliver training, so world-class training. So far, I wouldn't even say this is a full end training, because this event that we have is just to expose you to the possibilities. And I've heard some of us say, oh, they didn't know, they didn't know medical people learned tech too, and now they know. And I'm sure a lot of us, we have those things that you didn't know before, but now you know. So that's really what today is about, just to expose you to these technologies. But apart from that, apart from this, we actually do world-class training, professional training, professional certifications, and things like that. So if you have like any field in technology that you want to pursue, we can always help you with that journey. And we also provide work experience and mentorship. Generally we have that issue where you want to get a job, you've just finished school, and they're like, oh, do you have experience? Where's your experience? We have work experience programs and mentorship programs that we put into place for you too. So I would say stay close to us. Stay close to us. We've put together this one. We have many more in the pipeline, and apart from this, we do other things. I think very soon we have some other training that we want to do to teach some kids 3D animation and Python programming. So we have a lot of things that we are doing, and this is just one of them. So stay close to us. We have social media handles, which well, maybe Adeola is going to tell you about that. But we have social media handles that you can follow us. Just stay close to us. See the stuff that we have coming up. So just some things that we've been doing. This is not just a vision that started today, it's a vision that has started long time ago. I'm just, investing in raising the next generation of tech leaders. And we are still doing that. Very recently, we did something similar to this in Ogun State too, and it was very wonderful. And yeah, so this is one of them too, and we are investing. So um don't see us like people that just come and they just want you to pay for a course or something like that. But we are actually investing in the future of tech leaders. We want to build the next generation of tech leaders, and that's our passion. So I think a sheet of paper is going to be passed around now. If you're interested in any aspect of tech, just fill your name down. And I don't know if there's a field for you to write the tech you're interested in, but just put in your information, whether it's your number or your parents' number or something like that. Just a way we can contact you and try to understand, what your visions are, what your plans are. And there are a couple of careers in tech, UI UX designer. I showed that Google thing, but there is actually a field on its own, right? So you can learn it properly. And you remember I said, these AI tools are better in the hand of professionals. So it's better you learn the actual skills, then you use AI tools to get better, to work faster. We have low code app development, which is what I do. You can be a digital content creator, a video editor, and we have an awesome cinematographer and video editor in the house. Please, let's give her a round of applause. That's Rachel Kenny. You've been seeing her with the camera and all the gears. So let's thank her. She has really taken, time out of her day to be here today. Thanks to you, Rachel Kenny, for coming around. So you can be a digital content creator, a video editor, you can be a data analyst, and you can work in IT support, you can be a graphic designer. We saw Samuel come earlier on. He's an awesome designer. Even the Velda logo that you see today, he was the one that designed it and put in all of those things in place. So you can be all of these things, right? And at the end of the day, it takes your curiosity, your resilience, because as different people have said, it's never an easy journey. You have a lot of sleepless nights, right? It's never an easy journey, but at the end of the day, the goal is that the end result is going to pay up. It's going to is going to be worth it at the end of the day. So you can be an animator, you can be a web design, and there are many, many, many more careers. So if there are things that you're interested in, just take time out, do your research, and commit to it. And try to speak with us if you need. I don't think we have flyers, but if you want a contact, somebody to reach out to, you can meet Adeola. You can get our contact from Adeola, and we'll be able to get you on your journey. The goal is we want to get you into tech, and at the end of the day, every field is going to be a tech field. Every company is going to be a tech company, because technology is just it provides a lot of value to organizations. So we see medicine, we see transportation, everything is already being a tech company. So now is the time for you to actually get into tech. It's not too early. Don't think it's too early. Don't think you're too young. I have a friend who is in Canada now, very excellent. He's an excellent developer. Since before I even knew what a laptop was, he was already building applications, and now he's doing so well for himself. So it's not too early for you to start thinking about your tech journey. So that's where I'm going to stop. I'm going to hand it over to Adeola and Rachel Kenny, to kind of coordinate some maybe quiz, and after that, we'll have the final words. Then we take some photos, and we go back to our homes. I hope you've all had a great time. It's been awesome putting this together, and thank you all for coming around.
Round of applause for goodness sake. I cannot do this. Appreciating you guys. Clap for yourself. You cannot clap. Clap for yourself. For coming, clap for yourself. For saying coming under this weather. Clap for yourself. For being in school to say that you were able to come to the clap for yourself. For being naked, go and clap for yourself. Be naked, clap for yourself. Be naked, clap for yourself. So you can clap for yourself. Oh God. I cannot clap for people. Oh. So now, over to my question. And if you offended me, maybe like after my session, you offended me. Okay, nice. Mommy has actually come to give me one very crispy gift now. If you answer my question, there is a gift for you. I know. Before you guys were judging my question, actually, I prepared a question for you guys. And mommy has started, and you spice it up. You are able to answer the question Mommy is gonna give you a. The other is giving you a. Clap for yourself. I don't know how to be up this time. I know. And I will start from one brother that is using glasses. If you know you were offended, I will start with some. So, a question. So, if you know how to copy a text, like you want to copy a text, what shortcut will you use? You want to copy a text from your Microsoft Word, one check. I saw how simply all. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you guys like very, very well. Wow, you got that question. Mike, how do you feel?
Controversy.
But, oh, because you for him. And then, if you go upstairs, you will feel warm. The weather is cold now. If you clap, you feel warm. So it's like an exercise. Good. So you see mommy when they are done. And in the midst of it, please, I want one person from each school to go to the front. We have the puzzle in front. We're going to give you the matter. Hey. I'm the one I know the mind. Everybody is talking. One person from each school. One person. I like that. You're not coming. Go. Not the president. Go.
Hello. Can we be all seated? Can we be seated? Please, I need you to be seated. Now from service school. Service school, one person, stand up. Somebody's already out. Or you're from Vice Grace, out. One person from here, you, out. Formats, one school, one person. Yes, let's have you out. Yes. Who is coming out on behalf of your school? Let's have you. Thank you. One person from my grade. My Jane, yeah. Yes, one person. Okay, one person. Thank you. The fantastic. Thank you. I think we have them now.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So you people are telling the teachers school that we need teachers handbook because me as this man, I'm a teacher's daughter. I can start acting like a teacher, and but I won't pay, and you will not like me to use pay. So because mommy has to get up to come and get you guys, then you guys are not but they're doing you. Oh my God. So because we're talking about tech here, we're not talking about class matter. You guys are not seeing the scope. Very good. So for the people who are representing this school, we have how many words? We have solutions, we have lessons, we have code, we have tech, we have backend, we have digital, we have design, we have school, apps, star events, clients, innovation, website, builder, and front end. So this
Adela. Yeah, can we face the camera to the stage?
People like this.
No, as into the stage where the stuff is. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we have how many words? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So how many of you are here? 5, We have 9. Okay. So that means we need 6 more people. So 6 more people. Social prefect, come. Thank you. Jesus. Is that not your post? When you go outside, you are social prefect now. Is there any prefect? Is there any head girl? Because I was the head girl of my own. Wow! Jesus! Head boy! Head boy! Head boy! Clap for head boy! Clap for head boy! Head boy! Head boy! Who is that girl like me? Who is that girl like me? Let's do a head boy. Give me a prize. Give me a guy. Who is that girl? Oh yeah, get up, assistant head girl. Clap for her, clap for her. Assistant head girl. But see, I can relate. When I was the head girl of my own school, I saw win. I was a whole lot, like a whole lot was on me. It's not easy to be assistant head girl. So clap for her. What other prefect? Shopping prefect. Was that is that shopping prefect? Head boy. No, no. Okay, everybody does not want to come out. Which other prefect? You know what? Give us more where I've actually slide up. Assistant prefect, please. Head prefects are always neat. Down from their hair to their shoes. To clap for head to. Are you like prefect? We need 4 more people. Continue. Man, they can continue. Select the one and start looking for it. Right? Keep clapping now. Hey. That's teaching with your clap. This is my brother. Oh. What prefect are you? Prefect, student. Don't worry. You are highly welcome. Yeah. Clap for me. Help. Hey. I'm very stingy with clap, you know. I need 3 more students. This as a developer. Stand up. Hey, you can't stand me. Stand up. I need 2 more people. Hey, boy, mommy has already. I love to it. Get up, the 2 of you. Go outside. Get up. Go outside. Yeah, ma'am. I'm ready to read. So now we have, I think I even have overpopulated here. Anyway, no problem. Anyways, I will start from the trade, but me, I like both of them that fall. So yes. So I want to tell you the company that has brought us here. I'm going to give you today because you'll be mentioning it, you'll be seeing it all transcripting. So come and look for the name Taiwo. Come and look for who is saying that. Somebody is giving you. Say. Nobody should say it though. Look for bells that Taiwo. Come and look for Velda. Come and look for Velda. Okay. So let me call another person. That eggplant that was actually running away. You can't find this. Okay. Hey, come and help Taiwo out. Come and look for Velda. Look for Velda. To trace it, okay, let me give you a this house to be because you are mixed this way. You trace this word. Look for the word like, oh, this is making sense. Then you sample it. Yes. So look for builder. So what is you are equal like what? Give me high five, give me high five. Molly. Oh yeah. How many to look for code? Six. And hey, a round of applause for Edboy. Clap for him. Yes, Edboy has been able to help us to find the word code. So now, that Edboy, another Edboy that mommy dragged out. Come. If you are not interested, don't worry, no. Okay? So help us to look for tech, the word tech. T-E-C-H. Look for the word tech. Okay? You people are still looking for builder. Nobody sees my okay, so right. Yeah, okay. So help us looking for builder. Have you found what did you okay? What's the name? The shy boy, the shy boy has never been able to find tech. A round of applause for him. Wow. Give me high five. You are not my speak color, but I like your color. She has never been able to find builder. Every to clap for divine. It's not easy. Some people are looking for builder, but divine has solved the code. Okay, so the father's brother, my skin color. Say, come on, to look for the word website. Come on, look for the word website. Don't worry, move back. And camera helping us. Wow! So easy. This brother they both no. Don't worry, you don't your feet. Don't be coming up. Okay, thank you very much. A round of applause for him as he's able to find websites. So I want someone to tell me to look for innovation. Say, I need to look for the word innovation. Okay, clap for him. It's not easy. These people are very shy. They cannot face the crowd. They cannot come to the front. But these people have selected them, except only Edboy. Edboy Olawale, that mommy dragged for. So I want somebody to help me to look for design. I'm talking about UI design, graphic designer, and all of that. Hello, Mr. Agakoda. Come help us to look for the word design. Maybe I should have been coaching. Say. Help us to look for the word design. Okay. Okay, so when he's looking for it, the person that was telling you the other time, during my station, Mr. Black, come. Help us to look for front end. Look for front end. Okay. Wow, everything to clap for him. Some of those ones, in fact, they are not so easy to catch for. He got there, I think less than some seconds, he was able to find it. Clap for him. Oh, Jesus. People are very sticky with fast. Okay, so I like that. I need to come and look for solutions. Yeah. In case you don't know our full name is Felder Solutions Limited. Yes. So in part of our name, one of our name is Solutions. We render solutions, we create business solutions, help us look for solutions. Okay, so while she's looking for solutions, while she's looking for a way to complete our name, help me to come and look for digital. Help me to look for digital. Wow. A round of applause for him for them. Hey! Some people are thinking with party. Clap for them. Like clap for them. Thank you. So I want please help me to look for school. What is the name of your school? The spelling of your school. It's not possible. You don't know the benefit. The spelling of school. It's not possible. Help me to look for school. Okay. Okay, Head point. Head point. Wow. Help me to look for clients. Help me to look for clients. You are really boy. Social prefect. Our social prefect. Help me to look for art. Hey, Jesus. She said, hey, Jesus. It is art I said you should look for. So let us find amazing. Clap for them now. For their doors, instead of you to answer my question, you are doing this. You will still answer that question for the people. Now, everything for tax event. Everything for tax event. It's ready to look for blessing. These guys are not in love. Everything for tax event. Okay. Because of this for them. Okay, now. Imagine how this has come from your school. It's not fair for you not to encourage your schoolmates. It's not fair. So encourage your schoolmates. Even if other schools cannot encourage your school. Okay. So what other things do we have there? What other things do we have here? Have you found the bucket? Okay, you found the bucket. Okay. So, thank you very much. Please help me to clap for them. So now, another has come to my mind. Instead of me to give you questions, there is something I want to do. Hello. Okay, now imagine somebody from your school. We have one of these things. Even if maybe we give you at least the cover of this tree, you will say thank you. Yes. So now, I want to, instead of asking you questions, I want the Spirit of God the Spirit of God to minister a word. I mean, let's say, how many gifts do we have here? 1, 2, 3, okay, we have 8. Now, I want 15 people out. I'm going to call 8 words. 8 words from this post. If I call that word, and you know you were the one who was able to trace, you were the one who found, then you are lucky. So that means I'm not going to ask you questions. For people that offended me, don't worry, don't worry. Unless another time that Bella would like to organize, maybe you offend me again. I will be able to throw my question. So now, for the person that was able to find Velda, clap for yourself. If they are not clapping for you, don't do the clapping for yourself. You clap Velda, clap now. Oh, the man does not want to go with gifts. So be clapping for Velda. I mean, 45. Yes. So on behalf of Velda, on behalf of mommy and daddy, our teachers want to say congratulations for being able to find Velda. And we appreciate you. Clap for yourself so you can grow. So if we're able to find solutions, you found the word solutions. Be clapping for yourself and be coming up, be coming out. Don't bother waiting for somebody to clap for you. You find the word solutions good. Now, if you're able to find the word apps, APPS, you were able to find the word apps. Be clapping for yourself and be coming after. Okay, so I want to say thank you for being able to find one of the words of our great company, solutions. You found solutions, right? Okay. So now, I'll be giving our special prefect chocolate biscuit for being able to find the word app because we Vega Solutions Limited, we build amazing apps. We build apps from start to finish, well-functioning apps for your businesses, for your website, so you was able to find apps. Good. So, who was able to find tech? TECH. Wow! Wow! Hey. I want to say something. Come and stand here. Don't say God. Now, when I was calling this, you are ex-boy, right? When I was calling him, he did not want to come out. Until when they use teacher iron. You know, there is iron hand. There is teacher iron. Teacher iron came to. Who brought you out? Say it by yourself.
This is a good one.
You see yourself? Now I'll be taking you call test. And I'll be giving you free drink. No problem. Clap for yourself. Don't clap for him yet, so clap for yourself. For being stubborn, clap for yourself. I will not be stubborn again, clap for yourself. Say, God, I think guy for me. Be going. Clap for him. Let me just say something like that. So I have 4 legs. Say for yourself. Which one have I not called? Okay. Front-end and back-end developers, they are very strong. They are very important in the tech space. No, those 2 people, they fight a lot, but they cannot leave themselves. So, if you find the word back-end and front-end, you have done yourself a sweet favor. That I will be giving you, maybe back-end and front-end, I will give somebody 1 drink, another front-end, and 1 biscuit. Both of you collaborate. Becoming. Hey, the real one, front-end and back-end, they don't want it. So you see them again, the people that find front-end and back-end, you don't want to come out. Be happy for yourself. Happy for yourself, you don't want to. Nice. When you have time, so this is very, very okay stage. Clap for yourself. You do not clap well. Front-end developer, which one did you find? Back-end, and you're doing and that one. Okay. So thank you. You are trying to offend me during my session, but no problem. You have found faithful. Okay, so I have just 2 left. Okay, so if you were not in school today, or let's say you've not been enrolled to school, there is no how you have this opportunity. Yes or yes? Yes or yes? Yeah. If you are not in school, I'm not gonna call you your mommy's bedroom or your mommy's sitting room when you are playing game. So because you were in school today, that's why you are here today. So if you were able to find the word school, you have done yourself a sweet favor. I'll be giving you chocolate because me, I like school. If you like so thank you. Okay, so okay, so Thank you very much. So the last person will be going with train. Oh my God. Which one? Have I got code? Have I got code? Wow, I love to code. I love to code. I enjoy debugging errors. I love it. Sorry. I love to code. I can spend more than a week debugging one error. So because I love code, yeah, I will call you if you have been able to find the word code. I love to code though. So I will take the three, but who found it? Oh, it's 8 boy, 8 boy, 8 boy, 8 boy. Ah! See, let me tell you something. For you to be this focus mighty and the head boy. Ah, no. Not for him again. And he was able to find the word code. But I love coding. Hope you record it as a coder later. There is not for him, not for him. Thank you very much. So go and use this to step down after debugging every code, every error in your code. Please, I need to clap for everybody who has come aside to participate in our game. It's not easy. It was this a little brain, it was a brain teaser. So for them to start looking for this one was from front to the back, another one back to the front, another one was even slant, but they were able to solve the problem. So now we have come to the end of the session. I know even if the weather is like somehow, you'll be able to laugh. If you have not laughed, you'll be able to smile. If you have not been able to smile, you'll learn something, especially during the session of AI. There were questions was giving birth to questions. Even the person that know even had the session of asking questions, ask questions during AI. Yes or yes? Some people are making noise so because I'm not a teacher, but I'm a teacher's daughter. Okay. So now we have come to the end of the session, and we want to call on Mr. Adewale Ajayi to please come and give us what of. For that thing. Hey, Jesus! Daddy has been there. Daddy has been with us from the time he's very good though. The time we've been planning. Daddy was here till late yesterday. I'm sure that you were already sleeping. And Daddy has been here till morning. I think around 7 a.m. And Daddy has been, he's still here, sitting with us, making sure that everything is okay. Clap for Daddy! If you have been sitting with your party, so tell you that. If you have been sitting with your party, clap for Daddy! Clap, clap! Clap, clap! Thank you! Let me put this sister by your hand. Anyway, if I'm not I will get you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Miss Adeola. We really appreciate you. Well, I've been given 2 assignments. The first one is to give the final word and a word of appreciation. That is the second one. So for the final word, alone, can we have a
Please, let it down.
For the final word, it's going to be an advice to every one of you. And before I give that advice, I want to tell you my own story. When I was small like you, and I wanted to choose a profession, what I did was to look at where the world was going. What was the in thing as at that time? As at that time, it was banking. So I went to a bank, I saw bankers, very neat. They were moving from one table to the other, and I decided that, oh, I'm going to be a banker. And I went for banking profession. Now, as of today, if you ask me where the world is going to, I will tell you that the world is going towards tech. of IT. That is why I will congratulate all of you for being here this afternoon. And my word advice for all of you is that move towards where the whole world is going, and that is IT. Everything is being driven by tech now. Everything in the world. Thank God, somebody said he wasn't aware of the fact that even medical is into tech. I must tell you that everything in the world is being driven by tech. And if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, the best question you can go through as of today is tech. Another story I want to tell you about tech. I have an in-law. This in-law is just about 35 years of age. He's into tech. And between me and you, this guy is worth over 5 billion as of today because of tech activity. So my word of advice for you is when you are choosing a profession, please go tech. When you talk of AI, we are talking of tech. When you talk of even Google, if you want to go to Kano today now, a village in Kano, hello, can we hear? If you want to go to a village in Kano today, and you don't know the way to that village, you can ask her. That will take you from where we are standing, we direct you, turn left, turn right, go straight, until you get to that village in Kano. So my word of advice, finally, like I said, is think tech and go tech. The Lord will guide you in your choice of career in Jesus' name. Then for the word of appreciation, I would like to really applaud God for making this day to have taken place, and it has been very successful. So let somebody shout hallelujah. Then I want to appreciate Mrs. Ogutola, that is the proprietor of the Anti-Press School. She has really assisted us. She has really assisted us in getting the information across the school. Mommy, we really appreciate you. God bless you. Then I want to appreciate all the proprietors who have released new students to come and be part of this training. We appreciate them all. I pray that God will continue to strengthen them in Jesus' name. And the teachers that are here that follow these students to this place, we really appreciate you too. God bless you in Jesus' name. And to my wonderful students, in fact, the greatest of the appreciation goes to you. One, if you had not come, this training wouldn't have taken place. And if you had come and you have been very dull, it wouldn't have been very interesting. You have made it very, very interesting. Please clap for yourself again. I can see the people I can see here, I can see that you are future leaders. I can see that you are future tech drivers. And I pray that God will take you there in Jesus' name. You have been very wonderful, you know. Your participation has been awesome. Very nice, very lovely. God bless you all. And I pray that God will continue to increase your knowledge, your wisdom, and your understanding in everything you do in Jesus' name. So, to our daddies, the participators, everybody will appreciate you. And I want to appreciate even the managing director of Velda for giving me very necessary to organize this training. Somebody else would have thought of organizing a training where you will charge 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. But what he has done has been a free training for all. We pray that God will continue to strengthen him and bless him in Jesus' name. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
People outside, so we are doing this school by school, so that we do too much. So if you know you are ready, you are ready to work yourself. So let's start moving out school by school. Wait, I know, sit down.
One school after the other, first school be organized. What's the name of the school?